mic. What is good, everybody? My name is Zach, aka. Yeah, you know what? I'm just Zach. I'm just Zach, the co-owner and the co-host of the MissedThePart channel. Today we have a very special guest with us, Major Dragon. How are you doing today? This fine night.
I'm doing fantastic.
That is good. I'm so excited. We've been planning this for a long time to just hang out, talk about Dragon Ball, see if we can just go in and just talk about it. Like I know there's a lot you probably want to talk, so let's just dive right in. I know one of the projects that we were kind of talking about is could we put Goku and Vegeta into the MCU? That is one of the projects we were talking of. On my side of the channel, we'll be doing that. But yeah, I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinion on it.
Um, putting Goku and Vegeta in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is interesting. Because it's interesting because you have to please both fan bases at the same time. But honestly, Goku and Vegeta, they're so absurdly powerful. Looking at the cinematic universe, like the movie ones, they would probably be one of the most powerful characters in there, since they can wipe out multiverses.
I just turned off my AC. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
It's okay, yeah. And if you're talking about like the comic version, that's a little bit different because there are some insane people in the Marvel universe in the comics.
I don't know why people say they can't hear them. All right, hold on. All right, I
Sounds too loud.
I fixed it. I'm sorry. Like legitly before this, I fixed it. My apologies, people. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I mean, honestly, it is very possible to have Goku and or Vegeta a part of the MCU. I mean, honestly, for Goku, it'd be more of like a, kind of like a Superman type of theme because they are very similar if you actually think about it. That's basically how it'd be. It'd be more like the Man of Steel, where Goku crash lands on Earth. You know, he would be raised upon Earth, and honestly, he'd be OP. Now, the one difference is obviously with having Dragon Ball and the MCU tie-in is, how would you transfer the Saiyans over to Marvel realistically? Because the MCU doesn't have ki or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to probably change it and make it like they just have the ability to fire energy. Energy blasts of some kind, and that's what makes their race stand out. And so Goku has these abilities, like when he gets older, he could fly, he could shoot energy beams from his palms and things like that. He gets stronger whenever he gets injured and he recovers. So honestly, it really just depends. And scaling him is very difficult because you don't want to make him too weak, because then the Dragon Ball fans will jump on you like crazy. You don't want to make him too powerful to a degree, because then the story would be kind of like, oh, he just one-shots the character. I mean, there's so many possibilities that you can really look down if you really added Goku and or Vegeta, as characters. I mean, no matter what, I think obviously Goku and Vegeta, like they're gonna have to be probably one of the strongest characters in the MCU near the end. That's honestly that's probably just how it's gonna have to go, because no matter what, Saiyans will continue to get stronger and stronger as time goes on. Like it's kind of ridiculous with how strong they can get in a short amount of time. Like, even if you look at stuff like the Tournament of Power, which I know isn't super, but they go from getting absolutely destroyed, to being able to then rival gods within 40 minutes. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. So, I mean, there was a lot of opportunities for you putting Goku and or Vegeta in there for the show for the MCU. It'd be awesome.
I definitely think, like I said, because like I said, once again, we talked about this not live. Do you think if we gave hypothetical Goku crash lands to Earth, MCU, whatever, does he get adopted? If so, by who? And then let's turn it up a little bit. Where how strong do you think he'll get? Because I know, would he be like a Broly situation where he just naturally gets stronger, but he can get hacks by like people who know how to fight, or people like Wanda, where mind control, something like anything like that. Because we're not talking about a Goku who gone through this rigorous training. There's no 10 times gravity. There's no gravity room. You could say maybe if he meets Iron Man, he does something like that, but I can see him as basically like a Broly type of situation.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it like this. Like, if we're talking about DBZ Broly, his problem was that he got stronger, but he had a limit, and he had to like release his energy or else he'll explode. For DBS Broly, that's even more OP because he went from Vegeta not even trying in base form to Super Saiyan Blue level character struggling within 10 minutes. Because Broly's problem was he had so much power, and he had a lot of potential pool within him. And as he was fighting, he was slowly adapting and starting to utilize it after all those years. But honestly, I mean, as for Goku, you have to think, even without 10 times gravity, Goku's power level was at around 416 when he was about 24, I think he was, when like 20 some years old. And this version of Goku, with a single Kamehameha blast, can annihilate over half the planet. And moon level feats is actually low tier in Dragon Ball. Like Master Roshi had a power level 180, and he was able to blow up the moon. I mean, Piccolo's comparative to Goku at that time when he was training with Gohan. When Gohan transformed into a grade 8, Piccolo destroyed the moon with a simple ki blast within the span of 2 seconds.
Right.
Which is insane. Like, even without the gravity, it just shows you just how powerful the characters can really be. And I mean, even the likes of Gohan, which I know Gohan's a different character. Gohan's potential is insane. But honestly, though, what you could add is that what made the Saiyans so powerful in the MCU was that their planet did have 10 times gravity, that of most other planets, like Earth and so on. That's why they were so naturally powerful. So when they stepped off their planet to go, raid and, to go pillage planets and attack them, they were just so powerful. Because remember, like, they're like 10 times the gravity, so they're way more powerful, and they can fire energy blasts and fly, and they like to fight. It's kind of dangerous. MissedThePart message in there. He said, "Hey, Major Dragon, Max." I know. Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. But I mean, honestly though, like, even without gravity, Goku would be absurd. I mean, he would probably have a similar, because, like, honestly, I think he wouldn't really realize just how strong he actually could become. I think he would hold himself back throughout the majority of his life. Because, like, if you did crash land on Earth, you can, of course, have a lot of people take him. Like, you could have Hydra take him. Oh, God.
Oh, Hydra.
Yeah, the MCU's cooked. But, no, you can, but in reality, probably the most sensible way for Goku to kind of be similar to how he is in the anime. Because Goku, like, you have to make him similar to how he acts. Maybe not as silly, but, you have to make his morals and his code and his honor are similar, because then fans don't want to watch it, because that's not Goku that they know. Is it gonna be like a 1-to-1? No, of course not. But you can simply have him that maybe he landed in a farm of some kind, so similar to Superman. Mm-hmm. And he was raised with, being taught to do the right thing, to be a good person, and to be taught to hold back. Like, maybe he did have this extraordinary power, naturally as a child, where he can, like, pick up a tractor with his hands, which is not too far-fetched, because even as a 12-year-old, and he wasn't really training much. He was just surviving. He could do that. He picked up Bulma's car and threw it. He pushed a 10-ton rock. So, I mean, in reality, like you realistically could make Goku that powerful at that age, you know, and he was taught how to hold back and control his power. And as the Saiyan gets older, he's naturally going to get stronger. Saiyans have like a weird like growth spurt when they're like 16 to like 18, like they're like 16 years old and they still look like they're like 12. And then it's like weird, and then like once when they hit like within that like 2 years, they grow into their fully mature, and then they're an adult, and then they don't really age past that point. They don't age until they're in their 80s, so they can fight for longer. So honestly, just having Goku at that level, I mean, he would easily. I mean,
it's hard. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It depends on where he lands, depends on who raises him, depends on a lot of things. I still think maybe like Thor can get him, depending on how far you want to push it. Where do you think Goku, this hypothetical MCU Goku, could go 1v1 Thor?
I mean, like
there'll be no ki blast, no ki sensing, no Kaioken, no really Goku's hacks.
But I think for the Saiyans, it wouldn't be ki. It would just, which I know is similar, but it would just be like they can just fire energy blast, which would be insane. Because imagine that, like the Saiyans used to be a dominant force in the universe. Like they were animals. Like the highest ranking ones, they had the power to blow up a planet. And then unfortunately, for some reason, they were wiped off the map. No one knows what happened to them. So that's why there's only, like 2 Saiyans left. Maybe it could have been Thanos. It could have, which, I don't know how Thanos could beat him, but you never know. Like, it could have been Thanos. It could have been something, Like, there could have been an entity, or maybe the Saiyans destroyed themselves. That'd be kind of irony. Like the Saiyans destroyed themselves because, again, they're always fighting, they're always aggressive. Maybe they had a rebellion, they destroyed their own planet. You never know. And there's only a few Saiyans left in the universe. Maybe, of course, you could have Goku and Vegeta. And some people say Frieza. You could even add Frieza to the MCU. It is possible. Like you could add Frieza as being a dominant force, and that's how he destroyed the planet. Like Frieza commanded the Saiyans as an army, and Frieza's like a Thanos level threat, maybe even worse probably. Because Frieza in the show can destroy a star, which is tens of thousands of planets.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there's a lot of stuff like you could do. Like maybe Frieza was some kind of cosmic entity. Like maybe he was a god of some kind in the MCU. And maybe he was defeated, or he destroyed the Saiyans, and like there's so much stuff you can do with some of these characters because they're so powerful. But in reality, it would probably make more sense if the Saiyans probably destroyed themselves. Whether maybe they just couldn't sustain, maybe similar to the reason what maybe Thanos thought, how like they ran out of resources and that planet, got destroyed because the Saiyans just destroyed everything in their path. Maybe they just starved and they perished, and then that maybe led to warfare on their planet, things like that. Their own planet got destroyed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the most powerful force in the universe was destroyed by themselves. That would be kind of irony.
I thought of another one. Maybe Odin. Maybe Odin can adopt Goku.
I mean,
I'm just thinking of a really good place where Goku could crash.
Well, Goku landing with the Ace of your gods and stuff like that would be cool. But it'll also be hard for Dragon Ball fans because there's not much to really relate to Goku at that point. What made Goku really stand out was that he crash landed on Earth, he was raised around humans, yet we always thought that he was a little different, He had a monkey tail, he was crazy strong. Goku needs that humanity, And yes, I know that Ace of your gods are, they're a little interesting, like Thor, like Thor at that time was a bit of a jerk in the early MCU days.
Mm-hmm.
Odin was Odin, but I think a more realistic term would be if he just landed on Earth and he was raised by just good-hearted people, and they raised Goku. And it would be interesting if Nick Fury was watching, because he has his eye on everything.
Right.
He, you know, I mean, like, he definitely saw that there's a ship landing, but he knows that this force, like, because remember, Nick Fury knows a lot of stuff about the universe too. Maybe he knew about the Saiyans, like Carl Danvers, you know, from what was her name? Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's from the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah, maybe she knew about the Saiyans and knew how dangerous they were, you know, and that's why she's, you know, from Corpse, and Nick Fury knew that this was a Saiyan, and maybe because Nick Fury looks at stuff like, you know, like maybe I'll let him be raised around people, good people, you know, I'll keep people away from him, you know, from like sniffing around.
Mm-hmm.
Man, honestly, with that, I mean, you know, Goku would be raised, and then probably when he's like maybe 18 or older, he'll try and figure out who he is, so he'll maybe travel around the planet, you know, like, you know, kind of like what Superman did in the Man of Steel, how kind of like, you know, travel around, try and like find like who he is, and maybe that's when Nick Fury will finally, you know, talk to him and explain that he knows who he is, and Nick Fury will try and help him, you know, because Nick Fury could see Goku as a hero to change the world. He knows how powerful the Saiyans are. If Goku was pushed the right way,
you still going tomorrow?
Yeah.
Did you?
Interesting. Hank Pym could be a good candidate. Potential brother to Hope. Cool. Major Dragon, what would a Super Saiyan battle? What would a Super Saiyan battle affect the MCU? Honestly though, like a Super Saiyan battle, yeah, like the thing with Dragon Ball is like the shockwaves of their battle do affect a lot of stuff. It would be crazy to see that, just how powerful, because like Goku in the normal show is so OP. Like even Goku from the Raditz saga could really fight most of the people in the MCU. But I guess while what's his name is busy, I'll maybe talk to some of you guys. You can ask me some questions if you guys want.
Sorry about that. I legitimately just had my dogs just run down here, and I'm just trying to get my dogs to get out. Like everything, you know, like come on, get out of here, dogs. So apologies.
Okay.
So sorry, guys. Sorry, but anyways, yeah, because the thing I wanted to do was they can definitely have like Loki, Thor, and like Goku kind of be raised together. That's what I thought. But then, yeah, you are right. He should definitely be around humanity a lot more.
Excuse me. Yeah, like it just wouldn't really make a lot of sense for. You know, well, nothing makes sense. What if, like, in reality, like, yeah, you could put Goku with gods if you want, but in reality, like, you have to make Goku a little bit relatable, you know, because he's already an alien, you know, already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, like, Goku needs to have that grounded humbleness and humanity, or else he'll just become crazy.
Jacob, welcome to the Watcher. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But yeah, because another thing too people don't realize is Saiyans are naturally very aggressive. Even before Goku hit his head as an infant, he was very aggressive. He was mean, aggressive, as Grandpa Gohan said himself. But when Goku hit his head, his whole attitude changed.
Right.
And he grew more nicer. Now, obviously, you're not having Goku climbing a 400-foot
tower
mountain, and then he bangs his head, and you know, then he acts all happy. You could just change it to like, yes, he is naturally a Saiyan. So like, whenever he sees someone strong, he gets super excited. You know, like he wants to fight the guy really bad. You know, yes, that's just normal, and he loves to fight and loves to battle. But that kind of craziness, because it's nature over nurture, you kind of have to look at it, because yes, Goku's natural nature is to be aggressive, because that's just how Saiyans are,
right?
But nurture changes it. So he was raised around really good people who love him and care for him, and were like a good mother and father figure to Goku. And that's how Goku kind of raced around in the humbleness. And then, yeah, honestly, I could just see Nick Fury, like, he knew the whole time. He keeps his eye on him, keeps people from sniffing that way.
That is a good idea, Kane. Thor getting too physical with young Goku and hit him too hard and knocks aggression out of him.
Well, yeah, it was a severe head injury. It was a bad head injury that I thought that he was gonna die. So Thor must have really not liked him or something. He must have made him mad because he must have hit him real hard, with like Mjolnir or something. But but that would probably be the best way, because like you gotta please the MCU fans, you also gotta please the anime fans too at the same time. So it is really hard to kind of like level it out. But
well, it seriously could just be a Superman movie. So kind of exactly what you said. So you could say either Thanos is like, hey, planet Vegeta, let's destroy it. Boom, gone. Vegeta's somewhere, you want Raditz is somewhere. They go down there and crash lands.
And honestly, like it is realistic because like Thanos uses people to his advantage. So why would you not use powerful warriors? So Thanos is kind of like a Frieza in a way. Maybe a little bit less racist. But Thanos used the Saiyans because Thanos is very powerful. So like people don't realize that even without the Infinity Stones, Thanos is a monster. Like he can still go, and he was able to basically rule over the Saiyans, and they kind of worked for him. And when Thanos maybe got worried, you could say maybe he got worried because the Saiyans, they're nonstop growing. The longer they're fighting, they're getting more powerful. Maybe he had his uses for them. He sees that they're maybe too uncontrollable. So when he gets what he wants, he then kills the Saiyans, and he catches them off guard. So their planet is destroyed.
Right.
And so because maybe if the Saiyans all teamed up and they all went after Thanos, maybe. Because remember, only like the highest tier level Saiyans are planet busters. There's obviously a few Saiyans like King Vegeta, normal Vegeta, obviously. Nappa can definitely blow up maybe blow up a planet. It's debatable. But the most we ever saw was Vegeta was able to do it, and King Vegeta like waved his hand and he destroyed like 3 planets, which is insane. But either way, yeah, I would honestly have it more like a Superman kind of character, and basically just have it like that. I would honestly just have it where he's like Superman level character, where yes, of course, watching him when Goku gets older, he travels on his own for just a little bit, and then that's when Nick Fury talks to him. Nick Fury's like, I'm gonna help you, because Nick Fury sees like Goku could be a symbol of peace throughout the whole planet, how powerful he is and what he can become.
Right.
And because Nick Fury sees an opportunity, he's gonna take it. So Goku would probably work for Shield. He would probably be trained. So Goku technically does learn martial arts a little bit, maybe not as advanced as the one in the original show, but he still learns. He's training, he's getting stronger. And then you can have the events of, like the Hulk happens, Iron Man happens, things like that on their own. And then that's when I feel like Nick Fury would save Goku for when the Avengers is made fully. And then he'll bring Goku out. Kind of how like they were doing to like Sentry a little bit. Without the manipulation factor. Honestly, and then I would put Goku on the team with the Avengers. Because Goku would probably be doing submissions at that point for Nick Fury. So, I mean, yeah, honestly, and then the events of the Loki stuff would still happen. I mean, you could have Goku, instead of Thor fighting the Hulk, you got Goku fighting the Hulk, which would be cool.
Right.
And, Goku's not as powerful as he can be yet, so the Hulk is actually a match for Goku, and they're actually going at it. Goku's probably at that point, he would probably be a little bit below Thor and Hulk, so Hulk would probably start beating the life out of him a little bit. And then you can have Thor come in, Hulk because Hulk was too powerful at that point. And then Goku's kind of the one who kind of like tries and pulls the team together with, everyone else. And honestly, the events of Loki would be very interesting. I think because we talked about it before, how can you make, and by this point, once when Goku fully heals up, which I also think, because Saiyans do have some kind of like healing factor, like they do heal really fast, which is pretty cool. Some that's not really touched about in Dragon Ball, like some Saiyans, they do heal from minor wounds pretty quickly. Not like Wolverine or Deadpool or anything like that, but they do heal faster than a normal human. Is once when Goku recovers, I think he will get way stronger. I think he would then be comparable, maybe to Hulk or Thor, maybe even surpass them. Because how a Saiyan works is when they do fight somebody that's stronger than them, if they get defeated, they naturally surpass that person. We saw it with we really saw it with Vegeta on Namek. Vegeta got he overwhelmed Dodoria and them. His power level was similar to that of Kaioken Goku, right? And Kaioken Goku was around 24,000. Vegeta was the same. Vegeta got defeated by Zarbon, who was 28,000. He was strong because he transformed. Vegeta got annihilated by him. Zarbon spared him when Vegeta recovered. The next time they fought, Vegeta defeated him with relative ease. That's usually kind of how they work with Zenkais. Like usually, like the Saiyan, like we even see it in Super today, like in the manga. When Goku fought Moro, if anyone knows that, Moro nearly killed him. Like he stabbed his whole hand and his arm through his chest. So, and then Goku ate a sensu bean and he recovered, and then he was able to absolutely annihilate Moro. Like Moro tried to use the same attack again on Goku, but his hand shattered on his impeccable abs. So like that's just how Saiyans work. Like Saiyans are really OP. That's also the reason why Frieza kind of wanted to get rid of him too. But we also know it's Beerus' fault. But could Deadpool win in a fight with Goku or Vegeta? Well. Well, if you're talking about the comic book version of Deadpool, Deadpool's a broken character. In the comics, no, that dude can do anything. He's just stupidly OP. Like he's like almost like a gag character that put in the comics. In the MCU itself, like for like Deadpool from the movies, unfortunately for him, if you're talking about the You're talking about the anime versions, he would have been completely disintegrated. Well, yeah. So So Goku knows his own version of Hakai. And it's not the official one, but he kind of like made it up himself. As long as you're stronger than the person, you can completely annihilate them. Vegeta has trained with Beerus, and I think he does know how to use Hakai energy. But Hakais are really weird in the Dragon Ball. If the opponent is stronger than you, then Hakai energy does not really work well. We saw this when Vegeta fought Toppo, as Toppo had Hakai, and it did wipe things completely out of existence. But Vegeta grew stronger than him. We literally saw him punch through a Hakai. But unfortunately for Deadpool, if you're talking about the MCU version, unfortunately for him, honestly, Goku and Deadpool will probably become best friends because they're both goofy characters. They'll probably eat chimichangas together and see who can eat more, and Goku probably win because he can eat 400 of them. But honestly though, Deadpool can't really do anything to Goku. I mean, like if you're talking about the anime version, Goku can wipe out an entire universe if he wants to. He's multi-universal. And that's including heaven and hell and everything too. Like he can wipe out everything. Because like Dragon Ball basically has its own multiverse, and there's 12 universes. Yeah, I mean, but for poor Deadpool, like if Goku wanted to, he can destroy that version of Deadpool, which would erase him from heaven, hell, and everything else. Like everything will be wiped out if he really wanted to. Like the no, I'm gonna. Uh,
I wanted to talk to you about this. That's like one of the biggest topics. I think I wanted to do it was, do you think? So one of our amazing people in the Discord texted me saying, "Who would win, 5 years later, Ben slash Danny Phantom or Vegeta and Goku?"
well, I don't really know too much about Ben 10 to really give a solid answer. I watched the original Ben 10 when I was a kid, which was cool, but I never seen the later ones. Um, the only kind of crazy feat that I ever saw was when he was with Alien X, and that's like an omnipotent being. It's he stood there while everything got destroyed, his whole universe got wiped out, and he was just standing there like it was casual. Now we don't really know, I don't know the difference between universes between Ben 10 and Dragon Ball. Ben 10's universe is similar in size compared to Dragon Ball, because the thing about Dragon Ball people don't realize, Dragon Ball, their universe is way larger than ours. It was stated by Akira Toriyama, God rest his soul. He stated himself that the Dragon Ball universe is thousands of times larger than our known universe that we know. And it could Ben 10 add Goku's DNA to his Omnitrix. I mean, he definitely could, but I honestly don't know too much about Ben 10 to give us all, I don't want to say, oh, well, Goku beats him just because I like Goku. No, I don't know how strong, but just from that feat alone, just from what I remember seeing Alien X do that, maybe he did something more OP. I don't know. It yeah, I know that he's he's part of an alien race that's omnipotent or something like that. They're crazy beings or something like that. And I remember seeing someone say he needs to ask permission to use Alien X sometimes by those two people. They're a green faces. I don't know what they're called. Well, spirit fission is controlling life energy within you. So if let's say Ben, when he turns into an alien, he has his life force, but then there's also the other energy of the alien. Vegeta can technically separate that. He can even absorb it if he wants to. He can technically do that. But honestly though, I don't know, because I'm just talking about it before, but the best feat I think someone sees that was their whole universe was completely erased and Alien X just stood there. But that's not really that powerful for Dragon Ball, because you guys remember is Goku and Beerus, when they were clashing with each other, Goku was so powerful with Beerus that their punches alone were going to completely wipe out Universe 7 just from a punch or two. And and this is proven because that's the reason why gods of destruction don't fight. We stated himself, because when Beerus and Champa started going at it, they were literally completely erasing Universe 7 because they were fighting each other. And that just happens because they're so powerful. They're so OP. Because they were fighting over which one's better, an egg or ramen noodles or something like that, and they got mad and they started boxing each other. But yeah, honestly though, it really just depends. I don't really know too much about Ben 10 to really say, if Goku was for some reason being overwhelmed by Ben 10, he could realistically just call Zeno if he wants to. And I mean, people gotta understand. So like Zeno's OP because Zeno's omnipotent, and Zeno originally there was a total of 18 universes. Zeno got irritated for something stupid, and he waved his hand and he destroyed 6 universes instantly. Instant. Just because he got a little irritated. So, and there's even characters more powerful than Zeno. Apparently, Beerus is a new character that we saw from Daima, who's apparently above Zeno too. But I don't know. I mean, Goku is multiversal, easily. Because he's gotten millions of times stronger since he fought Beerus when they were destroying the whole universe anyway. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's super interesting. And the thing about the I saw people talk about timelines too, is Beerus is also because Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 supposedly is a canon thing. Beerus has gone there himself, and he's terrified everybody. So, yeah, because people from like the demon realm, like they can erase time itself, like but then it like anything past that is like Dragon Ball Hero nonsense, which is not canon. But yeah, like Goku has fought. Forgot his name. But he was no. That's the Supreme Kai of Time. So she literally controls time itself. Like she's OP. But Toki is this little like owl, and he like lays an egg, and that egg is literally the spawn of a new universe. What was his name? Mira. That was his name. Mira was a villain, and he absorbed the egg, and he became a universal threat. And he was so powerful. He was above Demigra, and Demigra was a demon lord who was so powerful that he was going to completely erase all timelines, which is insane because apparently from what they said there's infinite timelines. So he was going to erase it, and Goku Super Saiyan 3 from the Buu Saga was able to actually battle him and overwhelm him. Because they pulled Goku from one of the timelines and he helped them. And then Mira, who's even more powerful than that, he was going to destroy all of time and reshape it to what he wanted. So he was going to change everything because the time for Dragon Ball connects all the universes. So like if something happens Universe 7, Jiren's also there too, you know what I mean? Like yeah. Yes, he was going to rewrite everything in his whole image. Like Mira was going to completely change all 12 universes infinitely if he wanted to, which is insane to think about. That's the reason why Zeno kind of condemns people from abusing time, because Zeno does exist outside of the universes. He does exist outside of time, but he knows that it's dangerous. That's why it's banned. And Goku as a Super Saiyan Blue from the Golden Frieza arc, when he fought Frieza, or the Universe 6 arc, he was able to hurt Mira and actually hold his own against him, which is insane to think about. Like, you have a being that can completely rewrite the whole show if he wanted to. Like, he can change everything. Every universe, everything. Well, it's really hard because you also, like, the best way to compare how strong Goku's become is also to compare him to some other people. Like Jiren, for example. Jiren himself overwhelmed time. When Hit fought him, Hit has an OP ability, and Goku has outpaced Hit in his time skip, but his time skip can be advanced. But Hit's super ability is he locks you with time itself. And Jiren was so powerful, his raw strength alone, he destroyed time itself. So, and it's not too far-fetched because people in like Xenoverse 2 are completely terrified of Jiren. the the Supreme Kai of Time, she was so terrified when Jiren got taken over mentally, because she's like, Jiren can destroy everything. But then you also, but probably one of the best feats was when Jiren's power alone was shaking the infinite void. And they said that he has infinite strength. Like Jiren's power alone was shaking the infinite void. Say to be power based in the manga. I'm talking about the anime version, not the manga. And Heroes is not canon. The chicken thing. He said he did not transcend time. It's supposed to be power based in the manga and the Heroes. Well, I'm talking about the anime is when he actually crushed it. And the anime has different power scaling in terms of the manga, and Heroes is non-canon, so can't be used. I'm sorry, but I will say though, but if you're looking at like just stuff like the anime, and yes, you can look stuff the manga too, because the manga has different power scaling to the anime. But you know, and then you also have Goku, such as in base form as well. Like he was handling a black hole, like the weight of a black hole. And even other people like Android 18, 17, and everyone else was actually being crushed by it. And Goku just turned blue and he just kind of overwhelmed a black hole. Just like the sheer like weight of one, which is crazy. To show like how strong Goku is. But yeah, honestly, and then obviously you had MUI Goku surpass that. He surpassed base Jiren's level of power. And then Jiren got even stronger than that when he went Limit Breaker. You know, like it's like he was making all the gods of destruction sweating. You know, like it's crazy. And Goku's only gotten stronger since then. But the manga is a little bit different. The manga's power scaled very differently. So,
is it? Because I would think so. If you kind of want to do it that way, where I feel like in the manga it is a lot better, if that kind of makes sense, or like power scaling should be a little bit how do you say it? God, I'm having a brain fart as it is. The show does it better when it comes to power scaling, but the manga I feel like shows it but more in depth.
well, so the difference with the manga is the manga's even more busted power scaling than the anime, but it doesn't show it as much. Like if you look at people like Jiren was literally a monster in the manga, and Goku unlocked MUIs that would have matched Jiren. If you look at people like like Beerus actually got surpassed in the official anime supposedly. Like when Goku and Jiren were fighting each other, Goku was able to reach that realm of power of the gods, be able to be like a match for Beerus. Supposedly not in the manga. Even though they are multi-universal, they're infinite strength and everything, like even Frieza's new transformation. So when Frieza trained for 10 years. Huh?
Straw Hat. Question: could Pan be more powerful than Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly combined?
No. No. So Pan does have an amazing potential, because she is Gohan's kid. People also don't forget just like the reason why Gohan was so gifted. Chi-Chi, for example, is one of the most powerful female characters on the planet. I forgot her father's name. The Ox King, excuse me. Apparently, his power level was 900 officially. Which if that was the case, I don't know why he did not try and help Goku and Vegeta fight the characters, even like up to Raditz. But yeah, like Chi-Chi actually does have the potential to actually keep up with a lot of the cast and actually surpass them. Maybe not like Goku and them, but yeah, like Chi-Chi's no joke. But she just obviously she stopped training. She was a mother. But yeah, like it's honestly no joke, But yeah, Gohan has some good genes.
Do we even count
Huh?
like guide? That shit is so iffy. It's the same thing with Naruto, the exact Naruto. You really can't say, but the guide says this. know because it's weird.
Yeah, but
What's your opinion?
but in reality, yeah. But the guidebook really just depends. I mean, now if stuff was said by Akira Toriyama himself, then you can't really argue it. You know what I mean? But Akira Toriyama, rest in peace, obviously, to the legend. But he's some he's sometimes overwrites what he says a lot. And he also likes to leave plot holes for a reason, just kind of like mess around. Like when he was making Diamond, which was his final thing he worked on, he actually left a lot of plot holes. Well, Goku has Super Saiyan 4. Why did he not use that in Super? Why did he? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a sense of humor that he has, But says I'm a little confused here. The scaling you explain says anime Goku is stronger than Heroes Goku. Never said that. Heroes Goku doesn't transcend time, but anime Goku does. I can't follow. Can you explain more? So number one, Heroes is not canon at all. I was explaining that the anime Goku compared to the manga version of Goku. Dragon Ball Heroes is technically a manga / show, but it's not canon. Because if you want if you want to compare Heroes Goku, he's as strong as Zeno. He's even surpassed Zeno because he absorbed power from the tree, I believe it was called, one of the limbs, and he was able to be basically like omnipotent Goku. So no, we don't compare that. I was comparing anime Goku to manga Goku. The TV show Goku to manga version of Goku is a little bit different in power scaling. The manga version of Goku is actually stronger than the anime version. But as for Dragon Ball Heroes, that's kind of thrown out of the ballpark because it's not canon, so you can't really compare it. Serious Major Dragon or Zach, can you either or both of you explain the different Dragon Ball power scales? So there's only 2 power scales.
No, I'll say it's a long story though.
Yeah. So yes, but I can sit here all day and I can explain, like the difference between the power scales. If Heroes Goku can't. I do have a video. I don't think I have a video explaining how strong Goku is. I have a video to where I do kind of compare some characters. Like I did a member video one time because I had people tell me. Now, does anybody know who Yujiro Hanma is from the Baki series? Does anyone know who that is?
I believe I do.
Okay. They were saying that he was able to beat Goku from early DBZ, which is laughable. Like the best feat we ever saw was like he can kind of like I would probably say he's like city level at most. Goku can destroy multi moons. So, and then another one I did is Goku fighting Omni-Man. Some people said that Omni-Man could beat Goku from the Frieza saga.
What?
Yeah, and which is crazy because I actually broke down like how fast is Goku, how how powerful is Goku. Like it's like the beating that Omni-Man would like Goku can beat him within a punch if you wanted to kill him. Even if Heroes is not canon, our explanation may need more explaining. Universe Tree Goku can't transcend time, but Anime Goku can. That would mean Anime Goku is infinitely stronger than Tree Goku. So again, no. Goku absorbed the. Okay, so we're comparing stuff from Dragon Ball Heroes.
Jeff, if you want to be in the call, I don't mind.
Yeah. So no. It's fine. So the stuff from Dragon Ball Heroes is that no, Goku is not more powerful from the anime show than that version of Goku from Heroes. At least 40 Goku wins the best strong 60. No, realistically though, but that's the problem though, is we're comparing something that's not canon at all to something that is canon. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like they're both set in completely different power scaling. You know what I mean? Like that's no different. Like Dragon Ball Heroes power scaling doesn't make any sense. It's a non-canon show. But we have seen characters who shake Infinite Void with their strength. We've seen characters in the official show, on how Jiren was able to overwhelm what 20 days later happened. you know, yeah. You know, and then we have people overwhelming hit who does time skipping abilities, you know, like, and yes, stuff in Dragon Ball Xenoverse too. Like you can argue, oh, it's not canon, but some of it is because it is tied together. But either way, though, but like, even if you want to get rid of Goku, oh well, Goku is more powerful than than Dragon Ball Heroes, and that Goku here is able to beat infinite timelines, right? If you want to get rid of that, either way, Dragon Ball power scaling is just weird. like no matter what, even if you want to get rid of that to not compare them to Dragon Ball Heroes, which I don't even know why we are, because Dragon Ball Heroes is a totally different concept of scaling, because it's non-canon. So you can't compare the two Gokus between each other because they're both different. One's canon, one's not. But even if you want to get rid of the fact of, okay, well, Jiren Overwhelmed hits time freezing ability, okay, that's fine. Goku can still beat characters who overwhelm black holes, who can, destroy whole universes, which also includes heaven and hell and everything else. And you can even have, characters who can shake the infinite void with their pure strength.
I'm sorry to cut you off a little bit. Did you watch that YouTube video where, I forgot his name, I think his name is Six, but he did a video of can Goku beat, that one girl from Chainsaw Man, the one that does blood?
No, never seen that.
Well, I'll have to send it to you, because he also did can Goku armless, legless, blind. Okay, it was armless, legless, blind, can't hear, sick of the heart virus. Can he beat Naruto?
So he's armless. So he has no limbs. He's sick with the heart virus. He's blind and deaf. Well, I mean, yeah, the heart virus would kill him. He'd die.
So the video
That doesn't make any sense.
he would. Well, the guy said that because I'm talking Goku currently now, or I think he did at the Tournament of Power. So he was like, oh yeah, the heart virus would either put him to a slumber, or it wouldn't really kill him, or he has a certain time period. I'll send it to you later, but Xenoverse is connected to Heroes. It's the same continuity.
But so if he's, well, yeah, honestly, Goku's cooked because the heart virus was, it knocked him out, so he'd been killed, and that means that because Dragon Ball has a weird, it has a weird scaling with characters dropping their guard. If Goku has his guard drop and he's not paying attention, he can actually be hurt by powerful, by certain weapons. Like the ray gun actually hit through him. A bullet actually hurt him a little bit. It actually grazed him. So, you could, realistically, that's kind of a silly question, honestly, because yes, Goku would lose. He can't fight. He has no arms, no legs. He's deaf, blind. He's having a heart virus. He's cooked. So there's
The reason
no.
he said that is Goku can mouth beat blast, or technically he did it in the show where he did it with his feet. I believe he did Kamehameha
Well,
with his feet. So the guy in the video stated, yeah, he can just do a mouth beam like Broly.
Well, I mean, he could, but you could say that, oh, well, he can sense Naruto's energy because every being in Dragon Ball has life energy within them, and which is real. Every person does have energy in them, realistically. We all have energy. Not in Dragon Ball sense. And he could maybe do it, but he's hit with. That's just a silly question. I'm sorry. Probably not. He'd probably be killed. There's not much Goku could really do. Because the problem is the heart virus, when it hit Goku, he couldn't use his energy. He was handicapped. The only reason why the heart virus lasted so long, or excuse me, the only reason the heart virus took so long to take effect was because he was in Super Saiyan. But even in Super Saiyan, it started like creeping up on him. Like he started sweating, he started, struggling to fight, and he wasn't able to use his energy. Like something was off. Like that's why his punches didn't do anything to Android. What was it? Android 19, I think. Yes, it was Android 19.
Open fire.
So yeah, I don't know about all that. That just sounds like some goofy talk, to be honest.
I'm trying to find that video because you will probably shit your pants of how funny it looks. Let's see. Oh, sorry if you guys heard that in the background. It was Seth the programmer. So
Two guys.
said, why Naruto versus Goku, no limbs, blindfolded, sick/tired, it's not close. I'll send it to you. You can watch that later, but I think it's a fun concept.
Oh yeah.
But like, look at that thumbnail.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, like Seth the programmer actually does pretty good scaling. He actually did one where he did a full video of how strong is Goku. I think he did it like and it's like almost 6 hours. I think it's like 6 hours long, to where it actually explains in detail with how strong Goku actually is. I mean, like he went into detail, and then like you'll see just how strong, how strong. Yeah. It's Seth, but yeah, like he did go in pretty good detail with actual stuff explaining how strong Goku actually is. It's actually a pretty good video. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting. Goku with no limbs. I don't know.
Like I said, so the thing goes like this. It would be Naruto standing there in the void, wherever you want to do, Whis' staff, wherever. Naruto comes. He senses. He's pretty much senses Naruto coming. Now you could be like from a mile away or whatever, senses ki, like kind of like whatever you want. Doesn't matter. So then he proceeds to just mouth beam it, block him, or not like dodge out of the way and just do a full rotation of a mouth beam.
I mean, like it is possible, because the thing too is that Goku's also really durable, like he, Naruto. No, I haven't seen Naruto, but from what I've heard from a lot of people who know life Naruto and they scale the heck out of it, they say that Naruto is like a moon level character.
Like now, or like during the war, like during the Great War.
Apparently, what people said he's like moon plus. Is what people said, like now. So they said he's like moon plus.
I don't believe that. I don't. Like I said, I have to watch that video, but we can go on about like how I think it doesn't make sense. There's no Karamba, even though I forgot the girl's name, but she has Karamba now all of a sudden, and it's just like, come on now.
Well, I don't know nothing about Naruto, so I can't really talk about it because I don't really know nothing about it. Yeah.
So
unfortunately, so
another weird thing I wanted to actually talk to you too, because like I said, all of us are doing pretty good. Is, do you agree on some of the AI channels? And I mean the Star Wars one, the Dragon Ball one. Like, do you think that's just bad for us, like business wise? And do you think it's gonna change soon?
So I remember when I can't remember his name for the death meme. It's probably better if I don't say names, but there's a channel that really blew up with using AI for Dragon Ball What Ifs. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Now, am I ribbing him? No, absolutely not. Because I think he was smart. Because he did something. See, like, it's not the problem of him using AI. because it obviously worked for him. Like, he's made a lot. He's really blown up. Like, every video does fantastic because it's unique. You see, like, when you do YouTube, you got to be unique. You got to stand out. Like, you can't be copying another channel because who wants to watch you? You know, like, you got to stand out, be a little bit unique. Like, if you well, well, that's a whole other fan base.
It's a soft jab.
Yeah, Star Wars is so dry, and I feel so bad because I like Star Wars too. That I don't blame them.
Right, but like, how many times can you have Anakin get a black kyber crystal before you just beat the shit out of it and just like it's no hate, but eventually I think something needs to change. But yeah, go on.
Well, yeah. So, but the problem is not the fact that they made the AI stuff, whatever. You know, I do think that AI is what's the right word? Is a little bit lazy-ish, but at the same time, there are some people that can't afford a good microphone. There are some people who maybe don't want to use their voice, you know, and they want to use AI. So I can't really judge them for that, you know.
Yes, that I can.
You know, now some of the Dragon Ball stories, such as like Goku married Vados and had a kid together, I don't personally believe in that stuff. I think that that's just ridiculous. I mean, apparently it works for those people, but that's not storytelling for me. That's just weird.
You know my favorite.
You know, and what?
What if Goku was locked in the time chamber for a quadrillion years?
Oh yeah.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah. I remember when that came out, and a lot of people were doing like the locked in the hyperbolic time chamber, and when I was watching, I'm like, man, like I want to get in on that too, but I want to make it different. I'm like, you can follow the trend, but make it unique. That's how you stand out. So I said, okay, well, him being locked in the hyperbolic time chamber, everybody's already seen that. I said, okay.
Too many.
And I said, well, what about Whis' staff? Because Whis' staff is actually very similar to the hyperbolic time chamber. And it's even more crazier because you can't move in there unless you control like the leaking of your ki, you know, because like ki like leaks from their bodies, and if you like contain like that's how they learned how to actually use Super Saiyan Blue. And so I said, okay, and then I said, but how would they survive? And maybe it's realistically because Beerus is getting too irritated because they got too confident. You know, like they think about that, like they came onto his planet, they're eating all his food, you know, he's not liking it. Beerus is a very petty character. He's the same guy who also got mad because he was given the second most comfy pillow in the universe, and he completely wiped out the Saiyan race. Like he told Frieza to. Like, you know, like Beerus also tapped his finger and destroyed half a planet because while the food was fantastic, one bit of food was a little bit too salty. So he said, I'll just destroy half the planet for it. Like, you know, like he's the most petty character thing I've ever seen. It's hilarious.
I just thought of a what if you could do for like April 1st, but like what if the Saiyans did give him the most comfiest pillow? What if just a one shot, just be like, wow, this pillow is so comfortable. You know what? I'm keeping you guys.
He would have still killed the Saiyans. You want to know why? It's because funny enough, the second most comfiest pillow and the first most comfiest pillow is literally the exact same. Like there's zero difference.
Really?
But just because just because Beerus felt like it was the second because he's a petty bitch. He literally felt like, excuse my language. He literally felt like he felt like it was the second most comfiest pillow. It was actually no different.
But what if it was?
It wouldn't have mattered. He would have still found a way to complain about it.
The pillow's too
Like, he's so weird. It's the same guy who complains about the most luxurious stuff, yet he's literally crying in happiness over a thing of lettuce when he was eating it. So like, he's an extremely like hilarious character. Like, for some reason, like high value, like luxury stuff, he dislikes. Like, he finds something to complain about. but like a thing of lettuce or like a dry piece of tuna or like or like a $2 cup of ramen noodles, he cries over because it's so amazing. Like it's ridiculous.
Do you
And yes, Kane. Oh, I'm sorry. And yes, Kane was also right. He also did not like the Saiyan. He just didn't like him.
have you ever thought of doing a story where what if there was like more Saiyans in the different universes? Because I wouldn't mind like a Universe 5 Saiyan or like a Universe 8 or like not 8 but like 8 or 9. Like let's say every universe had a Saiyan in its own unique way.
Yeah, I
It'd be
mean,
too much though. Oh, it would be 100%.
yeah,
But like
yeah. It would be too much to write because because also too a lot a good chunk of those universes we don't really know about. Like we don't really know too much about them.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Jeff just said, what if Beerus and Champa switch places? So Champa would.
Oh God. Oh God. Champa's even more of a baby than Beerus. That's the problem. But he's more. Champa's more of a. What's the right word? He's not as petty as Beerus, but he's easily more swayed in his opinions because he's gullible. So if they did swap places, it was Champa instead. I don't think Champa would destroy Planet Vegeta. I don't think so. I don't know. It's interesting because the problem is like Champa's universe is really weird. Like apparently, like his food is not good. Like bro gave Beerus like a large egg, and Beerus was like, "Is that it? That's the most like luxurious food you got in your universe." But nah, in reality though, Champa's a bit more
Weaker.
like he said. Yeah. Like he's more gullible, but he's also more lazy. He's very, very lazy. Honestly, he would have probably killed Frieza. He probably to a degree. He
So you actually.
well because
Like
he
they're just
he
weaker. They're weaker. You have to say Goku.
well
and Vegeta
yes.
don't learn God Ki. They don't learn.
I think they still would, and the reason why I say that is because Beerus or not Beerus, Vegeta was able to sway Whis with food. I'm not sure you remember Champa scarfing down a cup of ramen noodles and he then agreed with what Beerus wanted. I'm telling you right now, if they give him enough food, I think he'll. And also, Vado seems to have more of like a say so with Champa. From what I noticed, like even more than Whis. And I think Vados would probably want Goku and Vegeta around because that might also get Champa to work out and exercise. On his antennas right there. Yeah, I mean, honestly though, like I don't think Champa would destroy the Saiyans. I don't think so. It depends. Like if he did ask for the second most comfiest pillow and they gave it to him, he's a bit more gullible than Beerus, so he might believe it. Beerus is just petty to be petty. Like that's his problem. Like he's just a sassy man. I don't know. Like he just likes to really like complain about anything, no matter what. He's just complaining. Champa is a bit more gullible. He probably believe it, because it feels the same to him, so he doesn't care. Frieza could do it. What was eating? Yeah, and honestly though, I mean, Frieza. I mean, if you still wanted the story to go the same, you could realistically just say that Frieza just destroyed the Saiyans anyway, because Frieza would have still had a fear of a Super Saiyan. Now we know it's really because Beerus told him to, but Frieza never liked the Saiyans anyway. So if the story played out the same, it's just Champa instead of Beerus. I mean, honestly, the main difference is Champa. Would he have a vision of a Super Saiyan God? Realistically, no. If he did wake up,
Didn't they retcon that? Oh no.
no. He had a dream of a Saiyan God that could challenge him,
No, like,
and then that's when he.
No, isn't it in Universe 7? That's why the Wandering Spirit. So there really isn't any.
I mean, Like Chicken's right. It'll pretty much play the exact same. I mean, when Champa would way be more willing to train Goku. Um, I mean, like he could wake up from his nap, because he's nappy man, and he's like, well, what's going on with Frieza and the Saiyans? And they're like, oh, the Saiyans were wiped out, like 30 plus years ago. What? And then he wants to go see what's going on. He probably head to King Kai's world. He probably fight Goku. Goku's strong, but of course, Champa, he still slap Goku. He probably treat Goku the same way as Beerus did. He would, but he would spare Goku's life. He would head to Earth, and he would be, oh my god, he would be annihilating the food there. Oh my god. Honestly, he'd probably just enjoy the food there, but I don't think he would have a dream about a Super Saiyan God. I don't think he would.
Probably not.
He said, "Hey, Earth Woman, give me food, and I'll train Goku and Vegeta." Probably a little bit similar. I mean, Champa would probably work a deal with them, like because Champa would see like how it would probably be a hilarious scene to where Goku and Vegeta want to go train with Champa. Champa's like, no, absolutely not. I'm a destroyer. You're not allowed on my planet. And Vados wants Goku and Vegeta around, because remember she's bored too. Like she has to deal with Champa eating all day, being fat, just sleeping all day. Like that's also one of the reasons why Whis even trained Goku and Vegeta, because he was bored. So that's the other reason why. Vados would be like, well, my lord, you could always, they could always give you Earth food, and I think he'd be like, okay, yep, you can come along, and then they would, and then he'd just probably be lazy about like usual, not really doing nothing. Vados apparently is stronger than Whis. Apparently, now we don't know if, yes, it was stated. Now that debate is thousands of years old because she beat him a couple thousand years ago. But it was said that Vados did actually surpass Whis and beat him in their little, siblings fight that they did. Does that mean that Vados is a better teacher? Maybe. Probably not. I mean, well, maybe, because like you do gotta respect her commitment for trying to get Champa, because Champa's just lazy. Like that's just how he is. Like he's just fat and he just eats all the time. Like Vados is trying to make him lose weight. But yeah, I don't know. Like nobody.
It's weird. It's weird because you can generally go both directions. You can go as the direction of.
It was. I forgot who said it, but it was stated that Vados is apparently like similar, like all angels are apparently like similar in skill for teaching. So, but like I guess Vados is a little bit more skilled in fighting than Whis. It doesn't really matter. Because they're not matching Vados anyway in power. She's an angel. But yeah, Champa's way more hot-headed. He would definitely intervene a lot more with stuff, like what Chicken said. It is true. He would 100% kill Frieza. Oh, he'd probably do it himself. Oh, easily. Why? Because like Champa would make it his mission to protect Earth, because that's where his delicious food is at. He will not let that planet be wiped out, which is really OP to have. So Bulma can actually kind of, I feel like Bulma and Vados will kind of bounce off each other a lot more. Because like girl to girl, hey girl, and yeah, probably I wouldn't be surprised. Bulma can probably do that, and you would also have Bulma probably working to deal with Champa. Like, well, like if you keep my family safe and the planet safe, I'll keep on giving you the best foods. Of course, Champa would say yes. He's gullible. Of course, would say yes. Yeah, honestly, it would be pretty OP. You have a god of destruction protecting your planet, so the events of the Goku Black arc would definitely be different. Well,
I feel like it wouldn't happen, because would you say that this Champa is at Earth more, or if there's any sign of trouble, you'll be like, oh well, my food's getting threatened. Things are, something could happen. So he's probably more active.
So I don't think so Chicken said that like Trunks would still arrive from his timeline and Champa would just Hakai him. I don't think that would happen. But I think Bulma would probably get in the way, or Vegeta, and say if you Hakai him, no more food. And I think Champa would then stop. They would not Hakai Trunks, but honestly, I think that when Goku Black does show up like he originally did for the short time to fight Goku, Nah, I think Champa would take that seriously. Champa would grab him and Hakai him immediately. And then Champa would probably give a severe warning to Trunks, telling him, like, you need to get back in that machine and get out of here. Or you could even have Champa destroy the time machine, and he's like, no more time traveling. I should Hakai you, but I'm not. But either way, Trunks would probably go back to his timeline, and Zamasu would never be swayed by Goku Black, so there's no merge, so that whole saga would not happen. So either Trunks is stuck in this timeline, because Champa doesn't want anybody traveling through time again, or he lets Trunks go back, threatening him that if he does, then he would probably,
Right.
Yeah,
I'm very
probably
shocked
just...
that you haven't done in your stories yet. Very shocked.
What?
I think you did it once. I think you did it once. It was a Vegito or like a Gogeta Black. I think you did it once, maybe twice. I have to try to remember which one you did. But I think that was an interesting concept of, they're like, yeah, well, I think you did it where, I have to try to remember. I think you did it.
Yeah, it was where Vegito stayed fused. That's when I did one with a Vegito Black, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like messing with the Goku Black arc that much. Because it's already confusing as heck anyway. And Zamasu and Trunks silence will cause a problem.
I told you he's good. I told you, Jeff.
I wish I was as big as Sal saying. I wish.
Well, the
But
difference between you and all that is, I feel like your stories are, they're there. It works, and you're not like, well, you're not trying your best to copy everyone. I get it, because like I said, you might have a story, then Sal's might have a story, you might have the same idea, because like it happens. Like, you wanna know how many Spider-Man what ifs that are out there that probably people have done it, where it copies us, or a Star Wars one.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing with the Dragon Ball stuff, because I know we talked before, but I'll jump back to it. Was like the AI stuff is a bit annoying because the downside is a lot of people will copy that. Like there's like one of the OG YouTubers, and I'll say his name because I have nothing but respect for the guy, is Goku T23. Now I know a lot of people. They have their opinions about him, but you got to give the guy respect. He's been doing it for a decade now, 11 plus years or 10 plus years, and yeah, some of his what ifs are outlandish, but it's his style. Like he's one of the OG guys who ever did it, and still does it today. You got to respect that. Now, but there's the downside. The downside is people copy him. There's so many channels that copy his style. They copy his thumbnail style and similar ideas. And they, like you can do the same idea. Like you can have two different what if creators do the similar idea. Like what if Spider-Man kept a symbiote, but their version might be different than the other ones. But a lot of these channels, they copy off the YouTuber.
Right.
And it's just like a wish-wash version of it, That's the downside with the Dragon Ball community, and I know it's in some other ones. Like these people, when they make these channels, they try to like eat off of the plate that you made. They try to like make a carbon copy of your channel almost. Like, yeah, it might be a little bit different name, but it's like the thumbnail's the same. Like the editing style's the same, the idea's the same, the majority of the story is the exact same, but it's like less quality.
That's
I don't
fear though. Like I don't know if it's also your fear, but of like people copying your ideas and just making it terrible.
No, well, I don't really see it as a fear because I don't really focus on that, because they're basically eating off of the leftovers that you left. And then at the same time, like you can't really stop somebody from doing that. But they're not gonna make it far on YouTube when they do that. There's a lot of channels that I've seen who copied a lot of my stuff, and they're not making videos no more because people don't understand how hard YouTube actually is unless you're actually do YouTube. You know, like YouTube is difficult. It is hard. You know, not physically, but definitely mentally. You know, but like it is. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, like, it's not like shots fired, nobody. You know what I mean? But like people who like I've seen people who have, like never done YouTube, and they say how like, oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. It's so easy. You have to. It is a lot of work.
It's easy with
It's a lot.
Like if you just do
Well,
the shorts,
yeah.
the whole thing, because it's the same AI, like the fake stories. You just do a generic story, and then it's like, oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, but I don't see people that do that as true creators, and I'll say that bluntly. I don't care.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Because it's just sad. Like I wish that YouTube was more serious on that, where they really kind of cracked down on the AI stuff. I personally don't even think AI should even be here. There's no reason to.
Didn't
A little bit.
Matt Pat doing something about it? I heard something like he's doing something with AI and YouTube.
Yeah, there's something like that, but it's still gonna be there, like unless they ban it or they like get rid of it. You know, because it should be more like the person itself. Not some computer making you money. You know what I mean? Because like if I wanted to, I could like sit there and just have AI do my whole voice, do AI for the background, all that, the thumbnails. But I mean, my channel would die if I do that, because that's not what my fans are based up on, like that's why, like, when I started, I wanted to be similar to some channels, but I didn't want to. Like, I wanted to be my own thing. Like, you want to stand out.
Right.
And it's sad. It's sad that a lot of AI channels just kind of, I don't know.
Take that spotlight.
Yeah.
Because with Star Wars, like I said, once again, or you can say this channel is, I want this channel to be different. I really do. So that's why we're taking the ideas that people may not have seen, and we're doing them. Like, yes, it's crazy. I can admit it. I have a what if out there where it's what if Anakin and Obi-Wan had Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego? I wish the story was written better. That's my fault, but the idea was there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It does suck, because I just wish it was different. It was like less AI and yeah, and it's just more focused. I don't know. It is what it is.
Well, because eventually, if you want to take it a little bit further, and then we can switch topics. Eventually, it's going to be, our jobs are going to be pretty much taken. Like, there's going to be some guy out there who's like, yeah, I'm going to do the AI voices for Goku and Vegeta and all that, and it's going to be like perfect. Then who needs us? Because you just have generic written Dragon Ball stories. Like I said, eventually, I think that's what AI is going to be like, where you don't need the human part of it. You can just be like, write me a story on Goku, but he had the Sharingan. And I'll be like, okay. And it will make sense.
Yeah, I mean, but another thing too is, but I think that a lot of like the true fans as well, they don't like the AI stuff. Like some true fans don't like it. I don't know. Like, honestly,
it's weird.
Yeah, like, it's gonna be like that one day. It's gonna be so good to where like AI can just like, hey, write me a whole story on this and that, and it writes a whole story. But yeah, it's all written in AI, but there's no true human emotion in there, So, like, I don't know. I think I would, and I mean, if people do make channels like that and they blow up, then I can't say nothing. All that really matters for me is my channel's doing okay. I got my fans, and they're happy. I'm happy. I would rather have, a smaller community of fans who are loyal and who are awesome, and like they want to see you succeed, than have a big community of fans who don't want to see you succeed. Like, they'll jump ship.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. You know, like that's what like a lot of big YouTubers are like today. You know, like they have, I'm not gonna say who, what, or where, but um, like they have these big followings, but their personality and how they acted to make all that money, now you're stuck because now you have a lot of fans who want to see you fail. I just couldn't live like that. Just have like a toxic community. I just can't. And it's there are some people that are like that in the what if DBZ community. Not gonna say who, out of respect, but it is. Like their fan base is toxic, and they've also treated me bad.
Really?
Like yeah. I'm not gonna say who, but it's when I first started. So, I'm not gonna say, but it's when I first started. Somebody who is a big creator, like over 100K, plus, dabbles in the My Hero stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. But like My Hero, Naruto, and all that. Now, like he wasn't all bad. Now this is back when I had like 8,000 subscribers still, and this is 2 years ago plus, or even earlier than that. Like he commented on my video. He's like, "Hey man, love your video, but you gotta lower the music." So I did. And I made a joke back to him, like, "Don't use the same thumbnail for every video," and he laughed about it. So we actually talked on Discord, and he seemed pretty cool. But the one thing he was doing was, while we were talking, he gave me some tips, like stand out, be unique, and everything. And he said, "What you're doing," but he was bragging about his money, like how much he was earning to me, and like he literally like shared his screen. He showed me his literal studio. Yeah, which like I didn't ask him that. I'm like, you don't got to show me what you earn, because what I mean. Like YouTubers, they don't really talk about how much they make.
Right.
Like I make enough to where I'm happy and I'm comfortable. That's all that matters, and it's my full-time job.
Yeah. That should be like my thing. I know eventually, if the MissedThePart channel does get like all the love and support, I would love to quit my job. I think Max would like to quit his job. Screw it. If both of us quit our jobs, dude, I would love to go full time on this.
Oh yeah.
It's just reality strikes and things happen.
Oh yeah. That is true. Like it was a grind for me. Now, luckily for me, I'm really blessed that like I'm able to like make my own thumbnails. Now just say like I don't like draw the whole thumbnail. That is not true. I do ask the artist for permission, and I put their thing in the description. And realistically, it's more like a render, and I just add like effects, auras, lightning effects, stuff like that. I add the text and everything, the background. What I mean? Like I do all that. I just take like the base render, and then I ask for the artist, if I can borrow. And they said, yeah, sure. And I put their stuff in the description. And I don't know. It's just but yeah, like doing YouTube full time is nice. Like I'm so blessed that I'm able to do it. I really am. I'm so blessed. It's actually about a year ago from now. I remember I worked at a hotel job, and like when I first started doing YouTube, I worked at a KFC, and I was broke. I mean, I had no money. I was almost homeless. Oh yeah, I couldn't even afford to like wash my clothes. I had to like wash them in the sink, stuff like that. Because I couldn't even afford to go to the cleaners or anything like that. I couldn't afford food. The only thing I could afford was cat food and cat litter for my cat. Like that's it. I couldn't afford anything else. And I actually ate at the KFC there a lot because I cooked there, and they didn't really care. Yeah, and like I brought food home. But when you're eating KFC all the time, you kind of get a little bit bored of it. So I don't know. I would just take like corn home, like corn or something like that, or green beans home, things like that. Yeah, but man, I worked there, no money, no nothing, and I started doing YouTube, and I kind of burnt myself out because I didn't set a schedule for myself, and I burnt myself out. And I said, nah, I'm just gonna quit. But then I broke 100 subscribers, and then they wanted me to come back. The fans that wanted me to come back, and I said, okay. So then I came back, and I think like a month or two, maybe 3 later, I broke 1,000 subscribers, and I can say it now because it's like 3 years ago. I'll never forget when I got my first YouTube paycheck. Oh yeah, man, I'm like, oh man, getting that big boy money coming in. Here we go. I got a whopping $50.
That's like.
But hey,
back in the day,
it's good
that's
though.
Back in the day, that's
I was-
good. Like,
And funny enough, that was only like halfway through the month, and I was sitting there like, now obviously I couldn't get it that month. I had to get it the next month because you have to like make $100 threshold to get your check. Some people may not know that on YouTube. But and then the next month, I then made 5 times that amount. I said, what the? But that's because the one video I released, the Locked in Weese's staff blew up, and man, I started, like,
did you get
you
it
know.
at a good time? Like, I know. So take the Borderlands What If. I know that's coming out in September. Do you think you picked it out at such a good time where it's like popular? Because I'm trying to do that with the Borderlands, because Borderlands 4 is coming out in like September. So
Well, honestly, with like the locked away thing, I was on the back end of it because if I did it like a year before, I would have probably gotten it even better. But at that point, it was like the back end, everything was boring, and I saw that like people were making the video still, and it was trash. Like we were not making really any views. I said, well, I'm not going to copy that. What if I changed it? That's why it did good, because it was very different. It was a similar concept. They were locked away, but it was under more like realistic terms. You know what I mean? Like they were stuck in Whis' staff for about 2 years, which 2 years is like 700 something years. Well, how did they survive? It's because of Whis. Whis felt like they were treated badly because Beerus did them wrong, so he decided to keep them alive. I mean, if Whis could, bring people from the dead back to life, I don't see why he cannot reverse somebody's age. Realistically.
and
I mean,
do the Dragon Balls.
Well, yeah, well, I didn't. I did like Goku and Vegeta where they were locked away, and Vegeta was angry, and Goku was, sad that happened, and they said, well, let's take advantage of this. Like we said that he has our back, and we will secretly bring them food. Because remember, he can do that. He can because like he tapped his staff one time, and from his staff, like a bunch of like pizzas fell on Beerus when Goku and Vegeta were trapped in there for like a year in the actual show, and Beerus beat the heck out of him. So I'm like, that actually can work. And so Whis would then go to Bulma while Beerus was sleeping for those 2 years, and he would explain to Bulma what happened, and Bulma would basically talk to Whis about it and give Whis food all the time. Yeah, exactly. Like Chicken said, they literally saw him accelerate childbirth. Yeah, exactly, because he helped Bulma give birth instantly without no pain or nothing. So yeah, exactly. So why can he not reverse someone's age? Like it's not unreasonable. So that's why I thought of it realistic. So, and also too, he literally reversed time for like 5 minutes back. He can do that too. So why can he not reverse someone's age? So while they were trapped in there, when Beerus did wake up, and Beerus kind of even felt a little bit bad for what he did, because Beerus acts on impulse a lot. The staff then actually shatters, and Goku and Vegeta step out, and they touch grass for the first time in like 700 years. They're not just like floating in space. And then that whole what if blew up, and I'll never forget, I could actually afford the laundromat. I can actually go and wash my clothes with that big YouTube money.
Do you think
I was
do it again? Like the what if,
again?
Back,
Oh.
Go back and like I know I'm trying to go back to one of the more popular like what ifs on this channel and redo them and reamp them, or go in and write the scripts. If you could change it, if you could put some Daima in there, because I know a what if I wanted to request a while ago. It was what if triple fusion was a thing. It wasn't Daima, but what if they did it earlier? What if they went to Daima earlier? Or what if they brought the bugs and did the whole triple fusing?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I actually tried doing that recently. I with like redoing another, with like remastering a what if. What I did was, I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, was the last like vote for the next what if that I do, which is like I actually put what if Goku went to King Kai's early remastered, and it was actually the second highest one, but the what if Goku accepted shortcuts and power won by a landslide. It was like 68%.
I didn't watch that. I'm actually waiting for the full video to come out. Like, that's what I usually do for your videos. I don't watch them until the full thing come out.
You wait for like the movie.
Yeah, because I'm at work. I'd rather just listen to it all.
Yeah. Like that one was hard to make, honestly, because I couldn't extend it as long as I could have, because I could have really extended that story and I had cool ideas, but my computer would not let me because my parts. Well, because like my computer's old and it's starting to die on me a little bit. So like even like rendering videos and stuff like that and editing is killing it, and it takes me days, like a day or two, just to do the basic stuff. So, so that's why literally within like 2 days, 2-3 days, I'm sending it out, and I'm getting either I'm probably gonna get a whole new PC. I'm gonna drop some money and get a brand new top of line gaming PC, and then that way I can because man, I had some crazy stuff for the final part, bro. Oh my god, like no joke, I was gonna make that an hour and 30 minutes long. That's how much story I had in my head. I'm like, you know what? That would work. Oh, that would be insane. Like literally insane, man. I'm so mad that I couldn't, and I only made it like 30 minutes long, and you could kind of tell in the beginning I was kind of like touching on some stuff, like I don't want to spoil it for you, but like he could absorb deity's energy with like key siphoning, which was like locked away, and it's, like he wasn't supposed to know about that. And I was gonna make that thing crazy. I was gonna make it to where like he gets so, like, think about that, like the demon realm magic, the Majin control, like stuff like that. It starts to corrupt him a little bit. He's just so hungry for power. He wants the shortcuts that like he's starting to like start to abuse the key siphoning. You know what I mean? Like it would have been crazy because like he does become a god of destruction in the show. I know I spoiled a little bit, but in the end, but I couldn't really touch up on like what he does just because I just couldn't physically do it like on my PC, and if I didn't, it would mess up my scheduling and everything else. So I don't know, it is what it is. Maybe I'll make like a member video about it, maybe extend on it, or with my new PC, if someone ever brings up a similar idea, because I can use that story arc in a lot of stuff that I actually made, I'll probably just add that to the story. And someone said, Kane said, I personally like the what if Stoku with some Wukong. That was actually my favorite story that I ever did.
Really?
It was, yeah. I can comfortably say that. That alongside with oh man, probably
the one with future Vegeta was actually really good. That one, I could say that one is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I've done 622 videos, so I don't even know half of them anymore. It's been so long. But now honestly, man, like the Sun Wukong one was amazing. Like I love that story. I'm trying to remember what was. What if Goku became the Emperor was fun too. I had a lot of fun making that one. Let's see what else was there. There was one more. I'm trying to remember. Believe it was a leveling. Yes, it was the leveling system. And what if Goku was half Kryptonian?
That was kind of weird. The leveling system. I didn't watch it, but I was looking at the thumbnail. I was like, oh, like it's interesting, but it didn't peak it. Like I said, I'll
I mean,
it, but it was weird.
The what if Goku. Yeah, but the what if Goku was half Kryptonian was fun too. But yeah, but the Sun Wukong was a complete story rewrite. Like it had elements similar to Dragon Ball, and like some elements, but it was a full story rewrite. Like you can go watch that one, you'll be like, oh, like that one, because some people may not know this, but for all pretty much majority of my what ifs, I don't write any of the story down. I do it all in my head. I'm being dead serious. I will literally sit there and record one take, and I can say the whole story in my head, what would happen? I've always been able to do that. That's how I started YouTube. I was talking to my friend about like what if Bardock turned Super Saiyan. Funny enough, one of the first videos, and I sat there for an hour, and I said in detail how that whole story would go out, and he was like, "Dude, that's like Salad Saiyan level." Or Smug's like, "Why don't you make a YouTube?" And he's like, "You didn't write that down." And I said, "I don't know, just thought about it." I've always been able to do that. Like I can sit there and I can like if you tell me an idea that I can work on, like I can do the whole idea right there in one recording session. I've always done that. The Sun Wukong is actually one of the only stories that I actually wrote. Like I actually sat down and I wrote down, because it's a whole story rewrite.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so every video that you watch is me recording one take for 30-40 minutes straight. Some of them are an hour long, and that's just me sitting there for an hour talking nonstop.
I know that with Max and we're more of the sitting down type. So like for me, I'm at work, and then that's when I come out with the ideas for some of the whatevs. So it would be nice. I know I have some moments where I do have that, but it's like fans. I'll be like 10 minutes in. I'll be like, okay, I forgot the plot.
Yeah, no, like like I can, and I remember, like when I record like the second part of the third part, I remembered everything that happened before the whole story. So I'm like, oh, okay, then I just start from where I left off and I just keep going. Like I don't really write stuff down, and people didn't believe me. A lot of my fans didn't believe me. So on stream one time, I sat there for an hour, and they gave me a what if idea, and I did it right in front of them. And after I was done, they said, "All right, yep, we believe you." But yeah, I've always been able to do that. Like I just like think in my head like what would happen, and I can see it all happening. And how I get the ideas is, I don't know if you saw my channel, is I let the fans decide, which is a cool blueprint idea that I was thinking about a couple years ago. Because whenever I made an idea, right, it's kind of like 50-50. Like if I made an idea in my head, sometimes it'll hit with the fans and sometimes it won't. But that's not good for the channel in the end, because then my views and stats and everything drop. So I said, why don't I try this? So I experimented. So I let the fans decide. And it also connects you to the fans more, because you have a chance to literally have your what if idea win and be on his channel. That's awesome. So I make a community post. I say, post your what if ideas. I give them like a day or two. A couple hundred ideas roll in. And it's also more people thinking of ideas, so you don't run out. Mm-hmm. And then I pick the most liked ones, like the ones that people liked on them the most, and the ones that stand out the most. I put them on a poll, and whichever one wins, I know that those couple thousand people that voted on it, the majority of them want to see that idea. And that guarantees me that when I release that video, it is going to do good. Because now, and also to the fans, know what's coming. It's like they know what to expect. And once when I did that, all my stats, everything went up 5 times higher. So, and it also like connected me to the fans a lot better. Because then now like like what do the fans want? I mean, like I don't know like if you guys do that. Like that'd be awesome.
So what we do is we do the Fic-Talk. So originally it was kind of Max just going in, like seeing what he likes, because back then
it just made an idea.
It was all Spider-Man. The same rain.
Yeah.
It was the whole MCU was very popular, so that's what drew everybody in. Nowadays, it's like people in the stream. Like I said, there's not a lot of people because it's 11 at night, so I get it. And the YouTube, like something's wrong on our end, maybe, and we'll fix it. But it is, hey, you want an idea, full thumbnails and everything else? It was like $30. It was $50 because my idea was I took it from you. I took that idea from you, where like the pricing, and you get a good what if, right? Like he takes, like you pay money, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because thumbnails are expensive. Like I said, you can make your thumbnails. I like supporting the smaller people. I like supporting the small time artisans, because sometimes you can get some bangers for cheap. But then like those people, stuff happens and whatever, things happen. I'm not saying that's what we do, but
yeah,
we like supporting the small people.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, I do have a buddy who does art as well. His name's Lag, and he's cool. Just good old mate Aussie. Like good guy. Really, really talented with drawing. He's good. And I was gonna hire him full time to come work with me, and but I then realized that, like, well, unfortunately, like what he wanted couldn't have worked. He wanted a lot that I couldn't unfortunately spend.
Can I guess?
Yeah, like, he wanted like
Hold on,
I'm
gonna guess.
Okay.
Was it in bulge? Like a buy 10, 20 thumbnails for like 200? Was it something that, like, example?
Well, no. Like when me and like first started, before we became friends, he wanted like $30 per thumbnail. Like for $40. Like, which is like, well, because it took him days to make it, and some of the thumbnails that you see is actually his. Like the leveling system, that's actually his.
Oh, not bad at all.
And what if Goku was a half Kryptonian? He made that in 2 hours.
Damn, like some people are quick about that, and
yeah,
I
but
love them. I want them to stay.
yeah, but unfortunately though, like I said, well, at the time, this was like 2 years ago, like I couldn't afford it. So I said, well, I can't afford that, because you got to think about this. I make, gosh, probably 13 videos a month. So if you times that by like $30-$40, that's $400+ that I couldn't spend at that time. And then there's also the issue of he has a full-time job. He has a full-time job, and he was busy. Like he couldn't keep up literally with my upload time. So I said, well, how about this? Like, how about I make the like the part thumbnails, and then like the movie thumbnails you can make. Seems fair. And even then, it just didn't work out, because remember, he's in Australia. He's a 14-hour time difference. So it's, and then he kind of broke away from art for a little while, and it just didn't really work out. But even like today, he's even done some art for free for me, because I've always helped him out. Even though like I've tried paying him, he says no. But he's a genuinely a really good guy. But nah, I don't really know. I haven't spoken to him in a while. I don't really know what he's doing with art, because he's just like he
thought about going back to like like for full movies only.
Yeah, like I have, and I was thinking about talking to him about it. But honestly, it's just like like he just like loses motivation now. That's what he's going through. Like he just like loses motivation. Yeah. And then the problem is, it takes some like 3 days to make like a full art thumbnail, right? Or even 4 days. And then let's say the the thumbnail comes out, and he's maybe halfway done with it, and it's not what I think will be good for the channel. He then has to like restart. And also too, he's a perfectionist. So yes, like he literally will sit there for days and not like it. And it just didn't work out. And honestly, how I thought about it was like, I always have his back, so like I always like gave him money just to give him money to help him out, And I've even offered him too, like I've even told people on my Discord, and I've told people who take commissions from me, like, hey, like like if, and even other smaller YouTubers, like, hey, like if you ever want some custom art made, check out my buddy Lag. So I have helped him in that sense, try to get him people, but that's just on him, honestly. I don't know. Yeah. But he's a good guy. I like him. But also my thought process is, like, if I can make the thumbnails myself, why would I want to spend the hundreds of dollars? You know what I mean?
Yes. Like, say,
like,
for you. So
yeah.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah, and yeah, but I'll always support Lag, and I'll always help him out if he ever like needed it. I always got him. I always helped him out because he helped me out. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. But I don't think that art is his main thing. He's too busy working his main job. So, Chicken said, could be also just want channels to play out in your head. It could be interesting. What is the darkest timeline you created? Oh, that's easy. That's what if Goku was turned into an android. That was dark. That was a dark. No, I haven't even finished it yet. I just haven't had. Well, the problem is again tied with my computer. I'm struggling to kind of make more than my main channel videos. Like making because I have enough time to make my main videos, but I don't have enough time to make member videos because then I'm right back on my it's now when I get my new PC in a couple days, or my new parts in a couple days, yes, there'll be way more member content coming out because then I can actually do it.
Good.
I've
been waiting.
So, but probably the Android Goku was dark. Like he knows dark when he got turned to Android, he rolled up, killed Chi-Chi in front of Gohan, killed Piccolo in front of Gohan, and nearly beat him to death. So that's pretty dark. It was a pretty dark what if. I actually had a cool idea for it, but hang on.
You could go on Fiverr or all that because I know there's like people that would pay for like I said 3 or 4 or 5 thumbnails, like really good ones. You could do something like that if push ever comes to shove.
Oh yeah. Like if I ever, for some reason, like I had to like get like a custom art, you know what I mean? Like I had no choice. Then yeah, I'll go on Fiverr and I get somebody to do it in like a few days. They do it. There is, oh Lord, I can't remember that person's name. There is one artist who I can go to on Twitter, and they're actually one of the best Dragon Ball thumbnail artists out there.
Really?
Yes, his name is Junior Sama. This dude, I'm telling you, this dude is. I'll actually send it to you. But yeah, this dude is literally insane. A lot of people go to him, such as I think Smugstick goes to him. A lot of people go to him. Salad Sand, Carthu goes to him. Like that guy makes some insane art and thumbnails. He gets it done in like a week, but man, it's insane.
That's amazing. A week? I know like people they take like 2.
Oh man,
3.
It's nuts. And not to mention too, like he's not that much. From what I've heard, it's like $60, $50, $50, $60. Mm-hmm.
No, what? I know I definitely can't hate it on my artists. I can't hate on them. I love them to death. I have a cyberpunk thumbnail that's like almost 200.
I don't know who you messing with, but that's because my buddy Raffle saying, shout out to Raffle, hope he's doing good, he's a cool guy. I like him. He actually gets some of his thumbnails from that guy, and I asked him like, damn, like how much does he charge you? And he's like, oh, it's around like 60. I said, damn, $60 just for that? And he's just like, yeah, but he said like it usually depends on like how detailed it is stuff, but but he's like but like the thumbnail that Raffle did recently was
I need to see this.
Yeah, I can actually find it. But yeah, like I know it's like one of his like recent I wouldn't say recent.
Open fire!
But one of his like big videos that he did was like $50-$60. Here it is. That picture that he said he spent like $50 on that, $60, something like that.
We lost one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
$50-$60 for that? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's nutty.
Yeah. But I will say though, I definitely do enjoy your guys' channels. What ifs and stuff is fun too. It would be cool if you guys did something with the Hulk again, because maybe like the maybe like the 2003 Hulk, or what was his name? What was his name that made it? Ang Lee. Ang Lee's the guy that made the first one. Yeah. And then the like Incredible Hulk. Like, imagine you made a what if for, because remember they were gonna make like a second and third movie. Imagine if you guys did a what if on that. Like what, like if you guys could like write the second and third Hulk movie, like what would it be about? And it still had what was his name? Norton.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? I can't remember his name. Like Norton something, and not Mark Ruffalo. Like I do like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, but in my opinion, the 2008 Hulk is probably the best one. In my opinion, just because of how like the Hulk looked, and I think that Norton did a really good job as Bruce Banner. Better in my personal. He didn't really have enough time to shine, and I know didn't he have like beef behind the scenes, and that's why they didn't keep him or something?
I don't know.
But or something like that, I don't know. But like what? So like in your opinion, and I'm gonna throw a pitch at you. And in your opinion, if you could write the second Incredible Hulk movie, what would it be about? Like what? Like I said, like it's Edward Norton. All that. What would it be about?
I guess, dude, I haven't watched that movie in a hot minute, but it was the Thinker, I believe, right? I believe that was his name. That technically the Thinker was gonna be in that second movie. I have to fact check myself. I believe I'm right.
I thought
Open
like, you
fire.
can easily put like the leader in the second movie too.
Yep. It was the leader. Yep. So it would have been heavily focused on the leader. I would probably have the maybe no. I was gonna say maybe like Smart Hulk could be a fun thing to do.
Oh God.
Not a lot of people like it. Like I'm talking like Doc Green, like in the comics.
Well, like I remember seeing like some movie pitch where like Gray Hulk was gonna come out apparently, in the second movie because of what like the leader like hits him with something. I think it was like a gamma thing, and it like added that like other personality or something like that, or it was gonna make him like weaker or something, so he turns more like a grayish color. And I'm trying to remember what
Open
it was.
fire.
It was something like the leader was like
We lost
experimenting
one.
with gamma creatures and things like that. The Hulk had to go fight them or something, That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I don't know. And
I'll definitely pitch it to Max because
and then the third movie can be based on the Red Hulk.
you know what movie we really need. I think Jeff would.
World War Hulk.
No, the one under. Like the one below.
Oh, the One Below All movie. That'd be way too gory to make a movie, unfortunately.
Well, it would be so cool and so interesting. I feel like they could do so much with it. Like, would you rather in the comics, not the comic, but the MCU, instead of like Dormammu, it was the One Below All, and then they did something with that?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because I think the whole point of like a skinnier Hulk, because I know like he was actually a lot skinnier and bonier. His guts were like coming out from everywhere. I think that could be a really fun idea to do it like a live action, because I know they did She-Hulk too. Not the She-Hulk, but the red She-Hulk, which had wings.
Yeah, she was like Harpy, I think her name was. But yeah, that would be cool. Like, I've always been a little sad with how Marvel's kind of turned down a little bit. But honestly, recently they've been kind of cooking. I watched the Fantastic Four. That was great. They did a really good job.
Do you believe about the Mary Sue situation? Like the Mary Sue, like Sue kind of did her thing. She was like a Mary Sue. Everything was kind of handed to her.
I mean,
50-50.
I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, like she did have a reasonable crash out. Well, I don't want to spoil the movie, but Reed, people put yours, like Reed did think about giving their baby to Galactus, so there will be kind of a reasonable crash out of it. But but I mean, you know, and somehow she was able to push Galactus himself into the portal, but she did, in fairness, she did die when she did that, then came back to life.
Somehow.
Well, I mean, the Silver Surfer did do that in the original Fantastic Four movie. Like, he brought her back to life. I mean, I don't really think it was as bad as people say it was. At least to me, like I had a good time. The only thing I wish that the Thing had more screen time.
Yeah.
Like, they really they fleshed out Mr. Incredible's story well. Sue and Johnny was really fleshed out. They didn't really flesh him out as much. I think I wish they could have did a little bit more, but I liked it. It was fun. I liked the movie. It was good.
We've been streaming for 2 hours.
Oh wow, really?
If you want, in the future, you could always come back. But I know that it's like 11:22, and I don't know if you got other things to do.
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm up all night anyway. I'm nocturnal.
I was gonna say, if you want to keep going, we can keep going to do it longer. But right now we have maybe 11 people. So if you want to go for a little bit longer, we can.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I mean, if I am special, nah.
I'm a special.
But nah, man. I mean, yeah, like we really talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about the what if sides and things like that. If you want, you can ask me questions, I guess, more about me or my channel. I guess if you want, I don't know. I know I did briefly talk a little bit about my origin, but I kind of stopped it a little bit.
I want to be honest, not really, because I feel like as a member of the channel, I see the videos, I saw how the way you progress, I saw how the way you kind of did the storytelling. I'm be honest, you kind of got me into the Dragon Ball what ifs. I know that's why I would be using, because I know that on the Mac side of things, on the art side of things, we are doing a Dragon Ball what if, and to anybody that is new here, we are doing that. But yeah, I'll kind of follow your personally. If I'm writing the story, it depends on who's writing the story. I'll try to follow your guidelines. It's nice, if that makes sense. When you do videos, the guidelines of A, B, C, D. The story. It's good. It's good. It's easy to follow. It's not like other YouTubers where they might be like, oh yeah, well, let's really focus on Dragon Ball Z. It's like, no, nothing really happens, except for doing something major. You could skip Z, the beginning of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, and go right into the Z.
Oh yeah. But honestly though, no matter what you guys make up for the anime things, I'm sure that you and Max will definitely kill it with the Dragon Ball idea, And I do appreciate you guys, coming out and even asking me out of everybody, the concept of it. But honestly, treating Goku like a Superman type of character, I think will be interesting. At least for the beginnings, he doesn't need, what makes Goku special is Goku's not the most powerful being in his show either. He's not. There's lots of people that are stronger than him. The gods, the angels can, like the gods of destruction, the angels can one-shot him. You know what I mean? Zeno can erase him entirely if he wanted. But honestly, but it's the growth of Goku that matters. It's no matter if he's up against a foe that might be a lot more powerful than him, he always finds a way to grow and surpass that foe because he doesn't quit. He doesn't give up. Goku always finds a way. So honestly though, with that story of following similar story to the Man of Steel with oh god, what's his name?
Zod?
No. The Man of Steel with God, what's the actor's name?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, him. You know what I mean? He's a guy who also played The Witcher too. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever his name is.
Henry,
Henry Cavill.
yeah,
That guy.
yep.
Yeah, yeah. Like that version of Superman is cool because it's more of like a grounded, like darker tone, which does fit Marvel a little bit. If you want to make it more like the Superman today, like came out recently, which I did like that one. Um, but either way, honestly, he betrayed like that. Like Nick Fury keeps his eye on him when he gets old enough. Nick Fury will train him for Shield for a few years, and he's in his 20s. He'll join the Avengers. Um, and that, but he's still a little bit inexperienced. You know, like he doesn't have the experience of Captain America or the intelligence of Iron Man. You know, but he learns from them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, and he's not invincible. You know what I mean. Like Hulk would probably beat the heck out of him the first time they fight. You know what I mean. Like he can hold his own, but this is like the first time that he's fought somebody who's actually relative, if not stronger than he is. And he gets stronger because of that. Zenkai gets him stronger.
Yep.
When, if you really want to make it dangerous, add the fact that when Loki invades New York, it's also Vegeta there too.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people ask, well, how in the hell is the Avengers going to beat Vegeta, the Prince of all hairlines himself? How can you match that power? You know, but you know, but in reality, it would be Goku because Goku got a little bit stronger, and we would. But even though Goku would still lose, but that'll be a really cool scene because Goku can't beat Vegeta by himself. The Avengers need to team up to maybe have a chance at getting Vegeta away back into the portal. And honestly, I think it'll be awesome. Honestly, like Vegeta is one of the last Saiyans. Thanos kept him around as like his soldier, like he did like to Nebula and all them. So he went with Vegeta with Loki. Vegeta steps through the portal. You know, the Avengers all have to team up. I'm talking like Iron Man's Unibeam, maybe Thor's lightning, everything,
Right.
all at once to maybe. And they also use the power of the scepter as well against Vegeta, and that knocks him back. And it knocks him back just enough, you know. And you could even have it to where Iron Man still does that little sacrifice to where like he actually like tackles Vegeta. You know what I mean? Because remember Vegeta's drops his guard a little bit, like you know maybe they all, you know, like the I forgot what it's called, the wormhole is closing, right? And they fight all their attacks at Vegeta. Vegeta's able to block it, right? But where's Iron Man? Boom, Iron Man flies in with the nuke as well, right? And hits Vegeta and they fly into the portal. Maybe Iron Man was able to get knocked loose and he's able to fall back just before the portal closes and boom, the big explosion, right?
Right.
And Vegeta's alive. Like Vegeta survived it. But he was pretty wounded, maybe you could say. Maybe he was a bit wounded, but he survived. And with Vegeta's story, you can really kind of throw it to where, like, maybe when he goes back to Thanos, huh?
It legitly dropped. There's like maybe 2 people watching.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it might be like an ad, maybe. Do you... I don't know. Oh, well, we fell off.
No, it like,
Cooked.
Nah, no.
It's going. It's going back up. Yeah, but
it's late.
probably,
But
yeah, you know, but this is,
sorry, go on.
yeah. But I'm also saying this for you, so you can then take those ideas, you know, and Goku realized that there's more people out there like him. You know, Vegeta gets beaten by Thanos. I guess you could say maybe he's casted out. Maybe he's thrown into a prison, or I don't know. That's why he needs the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe he has something like around his neck that like weakens him. You know what I mean? So where he's a one-shot everybody. Kind of like how like Deadpool kind of had around his neck, like it weakens him. Like Thanos made that for him because Thanos is not an idiot. Thanos would have made something that maybe weakened somebody to kind of keep Vegeta on like a leash, literally. And so he gave that, so Vegeta's trapped in the prison. Guardians of the Galaxy free him. He has his own arc, which would be awesome if Vegeta has his own character arc with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because he kind of like fits that attitude, you know, of like of what.
Why don't we write part 1 and then you can do your own if you ever want to?
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe. Maybe like for channel members, I might do that.
100% channel members.
Yeah, no, like I'll probably I'll probably, like, I'll help you write one if you want, and then I'll just make one myself. I'm sure I'd probably do it.
Yeah, like if you ever wanted to, you could be like, oh well, what if Vegeta landed at the MCU, and then we could be like, what if Goku landed in the MCU? So like it's two different stories, because Vegeta would land first, and you could have him born on Earth or destroy Earth or whatever you want.
Yeah, but honestly though, it'd probably be better if he stuck with Thanos. Maybe Thanos raised him, and maybe with Vegeta failed or something like that. Maybe with the Avengers, Thanos cast him out, lands with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and like that'd be a pretty cool character arc for Vegeta. I don't know, but yeah, I mean we got 5 people watching again, so maybe we're still relevant.
Yeah, but
A little bit, but
time, I'm probably just gonna call it then, because I am gonna eat some food.
all right, awesome. But what if Deadpool and Wolverine was in the Dark Knight? Oh God.
I warned you. I said all of us have some very interesting people. So,
But it is actually pretty cool though. Like could you imagine like when they were at that what was it called? The thing with like the different universes and stuff like that? I forgot what it's called. The Infinite Earths, and they landed. Maybe like they landed in the Dark Knight timeline. That would be kind of cool.
yeah, like I said, if you ever got what if, Max would definitely shout you out.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, if that's like the Christian Bale Dark Knight, I feel a little bad for him, because Deadpool and or Wolverine would cut him in half within 30 seconds. Unfortunately, because he's more of like a realistic-ish, as realistic you can go. If you're talking like the DCU, like what's his name, Batfleck, like the buff looking dude who's crazy looking, then yeah, okay. Well, that's what everybody calls him. But yeah, man. I mean, thank you so much for having me on here, man. It was a lot of fun to talk, and hang out. A lot of fun.
If you ever want to do it more in the future, where, if you want to start trying to get other YouTubers on like your side, then I'm down. I'm down. It's just something fun. Like I said, I'm glad. I'm glad I had you on, because I know
I'm a lot of fun, aren't I?
Yeah, no, like I said, the call with with all 3 of us, it was fun.
Oh yeah.
I know this channel is really weird, because like I said, later tonight, if you're ever bored, you can always check it out. But all of us got some weird ideas. We do. We got some crazy ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it this channel is very like widespread with its what if ideas, which is cool. Like it is cool because the ideas are practically endless.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like it is cool. Like probably like the one that does look pretty cool is the Spider-Man one with that would be cool.
Disconnected.
Oh, I guess it was time.
No, it's back. Yeah, the best part is like it's very cheap. It's like 99 cents. I believe it's like 99 cents to become a watcher.
This is a sales pitch to get me to pay more money for a channel. All right, I see it. Okay.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, like I said, if you ever want to do a part 2, we can always do a part 2. I know.
Yeah, I'm down.
Once like I said, if you want to have a guest on, we can have a guest on. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end it here.
Mm-hmm. There probably is one guy who I actually would like to bring on here, and he's a guy that I taught YouTube and stuff like that, and he's doing pretty good. His name is that guy 13. His name's Chandler. He's he mainly does streaming. I'll send you his channel. Like his like growth in his character arc's crazy. Like this guy, like he works hard and he's a good guy. Like he's grinding hard on YouTube. Like
we lost one.
He does a lot of like streaming and stuff like that. Not per se what ifs, but he has done Dragon Ball stuff with me. Like he's done like gaming videos with me. like of the two idiots.
Yeah.
We played like Spark and Zero. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I sent you his thing. But if you're ever down to have him on, that would mean the world to him because I was telling him about it and he was all hyped.
Open
He's like,
fire!
"It's so awesome! And you got a big doing that for you." And I'm like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But I like him.
I definitely don't mind having him on. Like I said, having another guy, another perspective. Like I said, that's kind of what Fic-Talk is. Like, you get
Oh yeah,
different perspectives.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's a good guy. Like he can definitely dive into like the more like streaming side of YouTube, really deep into that for you because like that's all he does for years. But he's a good guy. Like I definitely think that he deserves way more subscribers than he should. Like he deserves to be in the hundreds of thousands easily. Like if you watch his live streams, his quality and everything, like he's got it. He's got the personality. He's got the quality. He's got the everything. It just sucks that YouTube doesn't pick him up.
Yeah, like I said, YouTube's a bitch. Like,
oh yeah.
I can say it myself. YouTube.
Open fire!
You will think some ideas do really, really good, and then they don't, and you're like, what the hell? I swear I spent all this time researching and writing the story.
Oh yeah, that is a big kick in the nuts. Like the biggest kick in the nuts is when like I release a video and it doesn't do good. That happened with the Sun Wukong one.
What?
I released the first. Go watch that Sun Wukong video and you'll love it. I loved writing it and I want to continue doing it, but it would just hurt my channel if I did. The first part did good. It did really, really good. I'm like, oh great. Second part, it just went down the hatch. I'm like, what happened? Why did it sink from like, dude, like the first video was like 1 out of like the past 10 videos. It was doing great. It was fantastic. And then the second part was like 9 out of 10. I'm like, what? You know, like I'm expecting like a little drop, you know what I mean? Because usually like the first video is always like 1 out of 10. The second video is always like 3, 4 out of 10. Then the last one's like a 5 out of 10 from like the last 10 videos comparison thing. You know what I'm talking about on the studio. And then the movie comes out and it does good. But I don't know. It's a big kick in the nuts. I would love, like when I get a new PC, I'm gonna start doing that for channel members. I'm really gonna start making like custom stories for something like the Sun Wukong stuff and things like that. Like, cause I enjoy making. I love it. So.
One of the stories.
Yeah, but.
That.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go on.
No. Go ahead.
So one of the stories that I thought was going to do really, really well, and it didn't, was what if Randy Orton saved Anakin Skywalker? That was.
Oh God.
That was a meme, because all of us are doing meme related like what ifs now, because all the stupid funny ones failed, flopped, did terrible. I was like, why? Like it's such a funny concept, it makes no sense, but at the end of the day, it's like it's a funny joke. Like you're not supposed to take it remotely serious. But then here comes the FNAF week in 3.2, 3.3. I'm like, what is going on? Did people like FNAF all of a sudden? Like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's just, no, it's just the FNAF, because you also like, you gotta like that. If I made what ifs on maybe like, if I made a what if video, or let's say I made like gaming videos, right? Mm-hmm. Well, there's more competition for that. You know, like there's more gaming videos than you can imagine. But imagine doing, like, what I'm trying to say is like there's less competition. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of like WWE channels and things like that, and the meme what if stuff like that. But there's not a lot of FNAF what ifs like that. That's why it stands out, because there's less competition. That's why doing like a Dragon Ball like what if channel is actually a bit easier to blow up if you have the right tools than doing like a gaming channel, because there's millions of more gaming channels, right? It's harder for YouTube to, for you to get pulled up in the recommended. But if you're on a channel with less competition, it's easier. That's how I kind of see it.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. My theory was because the FNAF 2 trailer just came out. It's coming out this year. Maybe that's what did it.
Well, it's that, but also like FNAF has a smaller, more loyal fan base that will stick to something a lot more than WWE. You know what I mean? Like you also gotta look at it like that. You know what I mean? Like if you do like WWE what ifs and you do FNAF what ifs, which one do you think would realistically do better on average? The FNAF ones. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So that's also what you got to look at when you're also making these what ifs. Is like when you're making them, yeah, like the idea is cool, but you also got to look at like which is really popular right now. Which one has less competition, because then it's easier for you to actually rise up. That's how I see it.
Well, with that, it was we did a thing where you could pay for a week, but not like a week, but you could pay for videos and on the membership
Commissions.
things. Yeah, basically. A girl named Springtrap, she did FNAF Week. So all this was her ideas. So the Quiet Place, the Mimic, Willie Maffin, all that was their ideas. I know next week is Flash Week, and we'll do a bunch of different Flash ones. And then I think next week after that is like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, like, like one of the things like I do for like the member videos is I just kind of like do what idea like I feel like doing for members, but also if somebody DMs me, right, like you already know because we've done commission videos together.
What, like 3, 4 of them? 3, I believe.
2, I think.
Really?
I think it was 2. Yeah, because I don't want to get into, but I know that 2 of them was a full series. Remember that?
Oh yes. Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, but you know, and my prices are not out of character. Like that's a full series that takes me a while to do. But
That's
but
what I did here.
yeah, yeah. But honestly though, like if you got a Discord going or whatever, or a Gmail or whatever email, like they can contact you and like, hey, I want this what if idea. Like what if Goku had the symbiote or something? And you're like, okay, cool. How many parts do you want? Do you want it to be like a single? Do you want it to a full series, something like that? And like, yeah, I want to be a full series. You offer this much. They pay you first, and then you guarantee that you make the video. You release it for channel members, and you also give it to them too. You know what I mean? So because they're paying to have their custom idea on the channel for members, like that's what I do. Or like if they just want it like their own personal, then they can. But I do ask, like, do you want it to be out for public channel members too, or for public members on like the main channel? Like, yeah, sure. So paid members also get content too. So that way, you know, you're getting money from getting the videos, but also the channel members are happy because they're also getting content too, on top of the ones you're normally making. Like that's what I do. You know, like
Oh yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I just know like I said, most of the videos if you look through here, most of them are from people like the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are mostly from people requesting and all that. So
Yeah. That's from them paying commission. Yeah, they pay commission for a video.
it's pretty cheap
You know, and
too for commission too.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's kind of the
you know, and
crazy part.
that's well. My other thing too is I'm also flexible. You know what I mean? Like money does not grow on trees, and people don't have a lot of money nowadays. So like um because I can say this now because it's not happening, but like somebody was having a birthday and they're like, yeah, it's my, it's my it's my 19th birthday, and I want to have a custom video made. And I said, all right, cool. And like, yeah, I just want like a single part. And I say, hey, man, like normally it's like $50, but usually I'm always negotiable. I'm always like, hey man, like if you wanna, and I always ask like, what are you comfortable paying? And he's like, the max I have right now is like 35, 40. And I said, no problem, we can do that. Because it's their birthday, and also I don't want to be a dickhead, and also I don't want to try and like also too, I don't want to like push a price and then they don't pay at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have $40 than $0. you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, one thing that's been driving me crazy recently is I don't like it when people say they like set up a commission and everything, right? Like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how much I can pay. Great, do it. And they'll say, yeah, well, I'm getting paid next week, so I'll let you know. And they never let me know.
Oh no.
I've had 4 people the past 2 weeks have done that, and it's driving me insane.
See, that's why like the money comes first. With here, I've been trying to tell people in the community, you have to.
Yeah, but I don't. No. I didn't. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I didn't make the video. This was like even like, yeah, no. You pay me first, then I do it. No money, no honey. Heck no. Like you got to give me the money first, and then I will then make. And it's not because anything bad. Like I just don't know you.
It's business.
It's business. Like they'll just like be like, yeah, man, like I can pay you on this date, then you can make the video, and then they just don't respond back, and I'm like, why would you set up a whole date with me and then like I move some stuff aside, like yeah, I'll get work on that video that day. I mean, like it's just annoying people do that.
Right.
Oh, you're wasting my time. Oh my god, I've had 4 people do that to where like I haven't made the video for him yet, obviously, but like they reach out like, yeah, no, like I'm getting paid next week. Yeah, said that like 2 weeks ago.
I haven't had anybody do that yet, and I'm so glad because of the way.
Yeah, it's just like annoying because like you spend like 5-10 minutes of your time like setting up a date. I mean, like okay, yeah, like if you pay me on this date, I'll get the video started, and then when the date comes, before you make the video, of course you get the money first. They just don't respond enough. They just ghost you. Like that's just so annoying, Like I hate people, but anyway, that's what it is. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the way of YouTube. Like I never had anybody do that. Never. I think the closest thing is they will text my Discord and they'll be like, "Oh, they would call me Max." And people still do it, even though that's not my name. But it's funny because like the co-owning co-host and all that other stuff. It's funny. I find it's a joke. They'll be like, "Oh, can you do this?" Like right now, if you look in the chat, that's kind of how they do it, and they would pick it. So
here, I got a really good question for you because I want to ask you. So how did you end up becoming a co-owner with Max? Like how did that happen?
So a little bit of lore behind it. It started as I was a fan. I went on Patreon. I think like a year or 2 went by, and I wanted to do more, so I paid more money. And it began to where I wanted to help out even more. I wanted to help out. I loved working with him. I loved the videos, and then we became like a friendship. So now more months went by. I helped him a lot. I helped him with so much, like ideas, funding, thumbnails, just like a big help. Where nowadays, that's kind of how it happened. Where it's like, oh well, do you want to be a manager? I was like, yeah, I'll be a manager. I'll help around. I got the W thing. I got the G Fuel, and now I'm streaming for him.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So, like that's cool. So you have like full permissions of his channel. Like you can like go in his studio and everything, or you only have like limited access. Is that?
Limited access. I've been trying to push it to get more, so then I can do like the thumbnails, like because that thumbnail is the wrong thumbnail. That thumbnail should have been the one that I commissioned.
Yeah.
And like I said, Jeff's part of the team. He's been helping too. Like there's a lot of gears, and it says.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I worded it wrong. It is. We're taking the stress off of Max, so that Max can do his own things, and I can still stream. And eventually, it's going to be where we're going to do like Kahoot night, game, Jackbox. I want to do streamer only, like the stream only, like members videos, like only members videos, like live streams.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm happy.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm happy.
Oh yeah, Matt. Max is definitely lucky to have a good team of people behind him because it's hard to trust people on YouTube on internet. Especially because like this channel is like Max's baby. Like I obviously can tell where he's coming from too. Like because like it would be hard for me to give anybody permission on my channel. That you've worked your blood, sweat, and tears on. You know what I mean? Like you work so hard on the channel,
Mm-hmm.
and giving it to somebody to trust. So, but it's a good thing that obviously he trusts you enough. Obviously you prove that, of course, which is great. You know, like that's awesome for him. Like I wish I could have a team. You know, but I'm happy doing it solo because I got all the time in the world. You know,
Right.
you know, like, you know, what I mean, yeah, but because like the stuff that I set up and how I set up my YouTube channel and how I set up how I make my videos, how I even edit my videos saves me so much time now that I'm just chilling. You know, I'm just vibing. I could, you know, like I don't have no stress in making my videos. So, but man, that's awesome though. You got a whole team. That's sick.
Yeah. And the thing is, if I could change it, I would. I would change how things are run maybe a little bit. Like this is all testing. It's all testing. I want to start doing audio dramas. I know that's gonna be interesting because I'm doing a cyberpunk story. That's gonna be all. It's just gonna be an audio drama. It's gonna be very sad. If you do like cyberpunk, if you do.
I I played it before. Yeah, like I played the whole game. It's been like a year or two since I played, but
So
do you?
so you can kind of understand of you know Peony Parker.
Yeah.
The anime like whatever girl version of Peter Parker, the one with the giant back.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
throw her into cyberpunk. And the story would be she was born in Night City. She was friends with Judy. You know who Judy is.
Yeah.
And her whole goal is to take down Osaka Towers. So that's how she kind of joins in with V.
Yeah, but cool. Do you have like your own channel and stuff, like your own personal?
No, I
Oh.
told Max that because, like I said, I co-own it. I basically this is part of my channel. I put my money, soul. Not as much as Max, though. No, not that. But I deal with the other things, like the other side of the business. The more of like right now, where he's sleeping or doing whatever he needs to do. I'm here. I'm here, hanging out with all these wonderful 10 people, 9 people who are, you know, here. I'm hanging out with you. I'm having fun. So this is kind of my payment. I have fun, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just didn't know like if like you had your own channel to where maybe like you can post some what if videos that you want on there. You know, sometimes.
That's the best
Yeah, like
part about being the manager, I guess, is I can just ask them.
that's true. Yeah.
I can be like, hey, like, oh, okay, I'm not saying I can get it just like the snap of my fingers, but I'm just saying like,
No.
do you mind if you squeeze one in for me? And it's like, oh, okay, sure, because you've been helping me so much. That's like,
Yeah. But
good
have you ever? Yeah. But have you ever like thought like making a channel where like you can post like what if videos like you want like your own time, or you just don't have time for that?
I don't have the knowledge of it, of like editing and all that. Like I can do okay-ish on a story writing type of point of view. Thumbnails, I know people who make really good thumbnails. It's just the editing. I know eventually AI can do it, but
Like you don't really need much editing. You know, like even like for my videos, like when I showed people like how to do it, they were like, "Oh, it's not as hard as I thought it was." I've been editing for like 10 years, so I'm kind of used to it. But in reality, though, like it's not crazy hard. You know, what I mean, I know for um some of like Miss the Parts videos too. Like a good chunk of his videos is just like pictures that he just like swaps to depending on like the scenario.
mm-hmm.
Like that is super basic to do. Like that's just like like your audio, the music with some pictures on it.
I know last time he got YouTube kind of was like, hey, don't do that, so we had to change it because copyright back then was crazy.
Yeah, no, like it's similar for me. Like the background, like you can see like moving around. I have to blur that so it doesn't get caught as copyright. but at least you can kind of see it a little bit. But like GIFs and stuff, yeah, but like GIFs and stuff like that, I don't really have a problem with that. Or like renders, I've never had an issue with copyright ever. And music, honestly, you can just use royalty-free music. Obviously, there are soundtracks you can get royalty-free, and they're nice. You know, like it is definitely possible, but that's obviously your decision. But that would be cool. Like you have a little channel on your own. You know, you just do it on the side. You know, like, and you can just post ideas like you really wanted to do. You know, post them.
Yeah, that could be it.
That would be cool.
But at the exact same time, I don't have that urge to really start.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone's a kid said, I'm going to have a YouTube channel. But,
I mean,
I want to do other things.
In reality, you technically do have a quote-unquote YouTube channel, technically.
Technically, by, like, signing papers and legals and all that, yes. Yes, on a document, yes. I do have a channel. But I don't have something where I raised it from nothing to something. I have it where it started off. You know, the hard work has been done. The hard work is there, but I just take over the little things, or like the more, like managing the Discord, managing the Twitch that's gonna happen soon. Just like that, like stuff that I don't think he wants to truly deal with. And I told him, like, I don't mind doing it. As long as it makes your life a little bit easier, I'm fine with whatever.
But yeah, well, you know, like, well, in reality, you know, other than like, you know, like the grind and everything, you know, like you realistically are basically running a channel pretty much. Like you are running some aspects of it, but I mean, yeah, this is technically your channel too. But even though it's obviously Max's, but still, you're still running a lot of aspects of it, you know, which is awesome.
That's why.
Yeah,
I like co-host or co-owner.
Yep. So, that is cool. But yeah, man, we've been going on for 2 hours and about 40 minutes. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, if you're ever down to bring me back, I can always, you know, if it's cool with you, I can bring my friend Chandler along, which he would love. He would freak out. He'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Cause
I'm down. I'm off Wednesdays and Sundays if you want to text him.
Yeah. So, but thank you so much for having me, though. I really appreciate. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by the stream too and seeing me. It's awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I had fun. This is the longest time I went streaming, because usually we set the 2-hour mark. But I'm glad that people got the, what you call it, the general gist of what my job is. So, like I said, I know Jeff basically justified it. Like I control the side of it.
Yeah, it's like he makes the ideas, Zach controls business, Max writes the stories. Yeah, that's cool. That's an awesome team.
Well, I'm gonna play the ads, and then you can do whatever you want. I know eventually, if I had the money, because I know I'm saving up to go to Florida.
Awesome, man.
I wouldn't mind doing another what if request with you. Wouldn't mind it.
Oh, yeah, man. Just let me know. You know, just let me know what you want to do.
All right. And also, one more thing too. Did you all like the Silent Hill music that's been playing in the background?
Oh, I haven't really even listened to it much.
I'll turn it up. Yeah, I have Resident Evil and Silent Hill mixture music that's been going on, but yeah, just let me mute everything and I'll play the ads. But thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually trying to listen to the stream because I'm trying to listen.
love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts, theories, and fanfiction requests in the comments below and join the conversation with our amazing community. Hey fellow watchers of the Multiverse, if you're enjoying the stream and want to support us, consider making a donation. Your support helps us keep creating awesome content for you. Hey fellow watchers of the Multiverse, if you're enjoying the stream and want to support us, consider making a donation. Your support helps us keep creating awesome content for you. Hey fellow watchers of the Multiverse, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest adventures and fanfiction stories. Hey.